He is God, technically, in this universe.
Yes, kind of. And a hoop. Well, last time was a pretty eventful session. You guys went back to Phelan, dropped off some stuff. You tried to show some generosity to some woman that had a little bit of a bruise on her face, and she just rejected you. It seems for...
Maybe your first attempt at romance.
Yeah, just kind of didn't
even.
really go
Just trying to
well.
be
You're
nice.
just trying to be a nice guy, but unfortunately, she kind of turned you down on that aspect. And we're gonna take it back a little bit. We're gonna just take it back. So you guys are still in Stonehill Inn. You guys have already woken up, and you guys are just about to leave for the day.
I thought we went to the blacksmith's after that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you went to the blacksmith's. We'll say you got to that point, but you were just about to leave for today. Bring it back to that point.
Well, I remember that when after
Yep.
the blacksmith told me off, Samuel went back to the inn to engage in the healthy activities known as daytime drinking.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you were daytime drinking, then everybody else went back to the inn? So I was correct in saying at first you guys you were at the inn.
Good enough.
Good enough. You guys are at the inn. Yay.
I love the inn.
So you're sitting down, you're
The
having
inn
your
doesn't love
No, they hate me.
you're having some ale. You're getting a weird eye from Elmar, but that's to be expected.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me.
Yeah. He always gives you kind of a little stink eye. Remember the first time you came?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's Elmar. Good, now I have a name. Sorry.
Yep,
I remember.
So you guys are settling into the morning, and let's see, a person walks in and is well. Why don't you describe yourself?
Well, it'd be like I'm a human shape. I'm half elf, half dragon. So I'd be like a human shape, but with dragon scales. Maybe I got like the pointy ears, but I have a tail. Some wings, but I'm like 5'8", 5'10", somewhere around there. Pretty small.
Fire alarm.
I'd be like a blue-black mix. It's sort of like, depending on the direction you're looking at me,
Oh,
the
shit.
color would change.
Yep.
So if they're scales, they're scales.
Oh, okay. So they
Glistening in the
reflect
sun.
like
Yeah.
You're
different
blue?
look.
Blue-black. Depending on how you're looking from the time of day, because they're scales.
So you see this individual walk up to the bar and start talking to Elmar while you guys are getting drinks.
As a xenophobe, I agree.
Hmm?
As a discriminative against human races, I knew this town was full of dragons.
It's interesting too, yeah. So you haven't really been to this town before. You've heard of Phandalin, and you have your own reasons for coming, but you do notice a table that is suspiciously mostly human-ish, but two individuals that kind of stand out to you. You see a half-orc sitting at the table and a bird person. You may not know what their race is called, but she looks like a rather large
Bird.
Well,
Birdman.
I'm a large
Bird.
bird. Small humanoid.
Yes, she's about 5 foot, a little bit
Big
smaller.
for a
Yeah.
bird,
Yeah,
small
big
for a person.
Good.
Then you see two other what look like half elves at another table.
I'm a
by
high
your-
elf, so-
high elf. What looks like half elves at a table.
I'm 6'5", so I'm hardly a
Slender.
half elf.
Yeah.
5 foot.
Under 5 feet.
I'm like 6 feet.
Yeah.
So really
now-
short people are really tall people.
The difference there. So
We
you
had a
guys
dwarf before.
notice each other. What would you guys like to do?
I would approach as soon as I see the group.
I'm gonna go up to the bar.
Oh, so you guys meet halfway or something, or?
I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to him.
Oh, okay,
Go
so
right
you're going to
past
the bar.
him. Going
Alright,
to
you
the
go.
bar.
Yep.
To whoever's manning the bar. I'm gonna drop a handful of gold pieces on the table. Let's say
Oh,
a handful, 7. And I'm going to say to whomever's manning the bar, I would like to put these down here now, so that we don't have to keep giving you money later. I just want, well, just give me as much as I can get for this.
How much you going on the table?
7 gold.
7 gold. All right. You want that now? Like,
Basically, I'm opening up a debit.
yeah, that's
Can
fine.
Can I stand like kind of behind Thamur, so Thamur can't see me, but maybe the barkeep can see me?
Sure.
And I like at the barkeep,
Yeah.
and I start making, I like point at him and I make like water.
At him?
No, I'm behind him pointing at Thamur and
Yeah.
I'm like elementally making water go in and I'm like looking at the barkeep and I was like,
I would ask that you make a stealth roll against my passive perception of 13.
Okay, why that's happening? You're walking up to the table. You see
These two lead.
those two leave the table, but they're
Those
still at
two
the
are still
table.
here.
Yeah.
I'm
What is
addressing
more
him
important?
directly.
What is
Okay.
your character's name again?
We haven't gone over that. He hasn't
Oh,
introduced
okay.
himself. You guys just kind of saw each other while you guys were at the table getting breakfast. Had just come back from the smithy, about to leave. You approach. What do you say?
Hello, my name is Alteros.
Oh, hello.
I've come to this town in search of a group of adventurers to travel with. And you guys looked like just that.
Well, we should happen to have had a couple of our companions have to go out on their own adventures, so we'd be happy to have somebody join us for our adventures.
He accepted.
That would be swell, but you should probably ask everyone first.
No,
Thamur did not notice me.
Did not notice. Okay, so Elmar looks at you, creating water behind you in your hand.
Insight check.
I'm trying to
I'm
understand
like
what.
pointing at him,
Yeah, water.
going,
Cut him off, like.
and then making water.
Oh, to give him water. Oh, okay. All right. So you see him look behind you real quick, and.
And then I like,
Oh.
and then I'm like,
All right then.
I'm like bird handing, like this.
Okay. So he goes out back, and about maybe 3 minutes later comes back with a tray with a couple drinks on it for you. Right here for your table. Hands it over for you.
Thamur, you probably wouldn't notice when drinks are the wrong color. He's gonna go back to the table.
All right. Back to the table. All right.
The barkeep. I have like a whole bird face.
Squirt face. He looks at you like, I got you. And he lets you go on your way.
Bird person just goes to inspect the room.
Inspecting what?
Looking for dragons.
Looking for dragons. Okay. Yeah. This is Barthen you think is the dragon, not Elmar.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Now I'm starting to get
The whole town's
impression.
dragons.
Yep.
Anything is possible. Alrighty. Yeah. So you approach the table, Cleek and Thamur, and you see this scaled humanoid individual talking to Lazarus. Just getting done. It seems like talking to Lazarus and Anzuku here.
Mostly.
Welcome back. Here's our new friend that's going to come on adventures with
Puts
us.
the drink tray down, sit next to Lazarus on the other side, away from Dragon Man.
Like I started inspecting it.
Is one of these for me?
Sure.
Why not?
What are you looking for? Just
It's a
like
dragon.
Time.
Half dragon.
I'm not asking. I'm inspecting it. This is a dragon.
I think you can see it.
yeah, you can see it. I mean, I don't think you have to rope for this. He has scales. He has rather. They're not long nails, but they're almost like human nails, but they're like maybe like a little bit of point to them, like a tiny bit of talon. Like
Bird.
you can see like the striations in them.
The only thing
Bird
yeah.
stroking feet.
Breathe fire,
Yeah.
Christ, or
Yeah. He's got a tail. Definitely has a tail.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like a 1/4 dragon.
Yeah, true.
Mind you, I'm picturing into my head there's a very short bird inspecting a very tall dragon person.
Yeah, how tall would you be?
Maybe like 5. Probably like ideally like 5'10". Not super.
Yeah, so
I'll
you're
go
gonna
foot
go-
over you.
Yeah,
Got
you're
it.
gonna go.
Probably the median between the half elf and the dragonborn. The fuck is the difference between the two? We look.
Yeah, I think it said half dragon is like 5 to 7 feet typically.
Mike,
It's a pretty
can I make an insight check to see if
Yeah.
Altiers, if I know
See
if
what
he's
it was.
a person who does magic or if he's a fighter?
Oh, well, if you're trying to see if he's a person that does magic,
Or if he's a fighter.
or if he's a
Just
fighter.
kind of like just visually read him, but like, you know, like an insight check.
Sure, you could, yeah, or just ask him, but yeah, sure, roll for it.
I know his favorite color.
What do you believe him to be?
14.
Yeah, 14? What do you think he would be? Oh, 14?
Yeah.
He looks like a pretty strong individual. He looks like somebody that's probably pretty hardened.
Would I be able to tell if he does magic?
Probably.
So you love magic, I see.
Yes, I do. I grew up with elves and trained a bit with magical arts. And it's also fairly natural being part dragon.
Fucking brag about it.
Okay,
Excuse me a little.
I look at the dragon person.
If you would like to
I
know
look
what your
at
height
the other
is, roll
magic person. I
2d8.
look at the other magic person. And I look at the guy who
Yes.
throws things.
I wasn't done.
Maximum value on it is 8. It's a d8.
I want to ask what
kind of magic 8. So you would be 5'10".
There you go.
You would be.
Let's go.
You would be
Let me decide.
5'10". Now let me finish this calculation to tell you how much you weigh.
Is he a thick boy or not?
Like 6'5", like 210 pounds.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to do anything while we're calculating.
I wanna figure out-
Oh, right
I
ahead.
wanted to go ahead since
You
we
guys
did
are
like
still-
I'm assuming we did a long rest.
Yeah, everything's long rest. You guys are back to full HP, have all your spell slots back. Everything is full. I don't think anybody had points of exhaustion for any kind of sleeping that they did, except did
How has your constitution?
Fuck if I know.
So wait, I only roll my
Constitution.
Go under your...
you're good. You're back to full.
How's your strength?
right, but do I roll that
16.
in battle or
Okay,
do I
we'll
roll
roll
it in
2d6.
advance?
You-
Like,
What do you mean?
so like I'm just trying to think like
When you do short rests, or when you do a long rest after battle? Because a
Like-
long rest, you go back. It's like a rejuvenation, and you're back to full HP, and you're
Yeah.
good. You don't have to roll for anything.
okay.
You don't roll for hit
Well,
points.
I'm just
back.
thinking
short rest.
right. I'm just thinking for when I actually like adding those, like taking that damage to reactivate them.
Oh yeah, it
So
ends
technically
because on
roll
your
on
your
You're 149
on your
pounds.
D&D Beyond, it tells you
For
5
yeah,
taking
that's
like
And it might be wrong.
what
I'll go
effects
with it. Hey, I
for
was
a long
thinking
rest
like
and
160,
short rest.
170.
He is a dragon too, like he's not like
Um,
a full
Oh, I had something I was going to tell you.
He's not a full-on dragon though, which is a big thing.
Half dragon, half elf. Aren't elves pretty?
They were.
Yeah, Crimson Light.
You took a long rest
She's
last
like
night?
6'5",
Yeah,
but I don't know
remember
why
that whole
it's
green thing that happened?
Yep. Okay, just making sure it happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Anyway, so by the way, when Thavior finishes his drink, he's going for the next one.
Okay.
He's not chugging them or anything, but you know, it's casual
I chugged a
drinking.
drink, but-
It's
You did chug a drink?
Okay, sure. And it's empty. You get the next one.
Alrighty. This is probably about, if everybody had a round, there's probably 2 more drinks left on the table from the tray that you had brought over.
Thank goodness I dropped 7 gold on the table.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
There's still probably some good amount left.
Speaking of which, I need a pencil.
I got pencils. You still have a whole packet of
Okay, so I
pencils that I
can't tell
have
if
that you
air
brought,
quicker
so.
is small or big. Because some pages are telling me that they're really tall, and then some are telling me that they're very small.
I would consider them to be small, like it says in the book in the
Are
player's
you a
handbook. It's
canary
fine.
or a croaking or an eagle?
I'm a crow, air crow.
So
Like a
probably-
penguin.
Eric Crow kitten.
So, and then, let's see.
So just find the medium between these.
Okay, but can you read in the monster manual how big air crows are?
Yeah, absolutely.
6 foot wingspan.
I got yours
Because
right here,
this one
Cleve.
says the random height and weight is base height is 5'8".
5'8".
So you
Yeah,
would either be 5 foot or taller.
yeah.
What would a high elf be?
High elf, base height is 5'6", or 4'6".
You have to roll for it. I want to roll for it if you just want to pick
Between Krokins, yeah, it says between 6
Yeah,
and 7
but
feet.
it's 4'6".
You're
plus
considered a
2d10.
medium creature, so you just roll for it.
Plus 2d10.
Yeah.
You're a medium creature, you just roll for it. So you can be anywhere between 5 and 7 feet. They could be long and tall and slender. It depends on what type of bird mix you're with. So like a swan air croaking type
I'm
of
rolling
mixture.
for it.
Yeah, go right ahead, roll for it. All right, so yeah, you guys are rolling for it, and all right, if anybody wants to do anything, just let me know while you guys are figuring stuff out here.
I think you're just going to be extra 120 pounds.
12 out of 2d10.
Basically, times 1.
So I don't think I have to.
So no matter what you roll, you're going to be
I
100.
roll
For your what?
3
Am I crazy,
modifiers.
right?
So I
Yeah,
roll
you
3d4 to make
It
it
just says there's a
baseline.
bonus action with dual weapon with extra damage.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Chosen type
So,
based on
he
your
rolled-
level, you take damage equal to.
Yeah, based on your level, you can take damage equal to.
Right.
What did I say your weight
Yeah.
was?
So you
But
can take
then-
5 damage on
Yeah.
that thing when you roll the Crimson Right
I said
die,
your
see
weight
how
was
much
149.
it does extra, which I think right now
So
is
you rolled an 8, so
or is
9
it
times 8
96 now?
is
It doesn't say.
72.
Yeah, click on
So
it.
you would
So click on that,
actually be
Right where it says.
yeah,
so it's well, it was
234
before when it
pounds.
started out, but right now it's changed, remember?
You were a
Your Crimson Right stuff changed?
You're a big boy.
No,
Oh,
but
me.
you're part
I don't know if it
dragon,
did.
so.
But you are part dragon, you have a tail.
True, I
You
think.
have
And
wings.
James. I rolled a 16 on 2d10.
16 out of 2d10. So that would mean
No,
that
you
you're
1d6, and you have an extra attack, so you have 2 attacks turning around.
So
Okay?
Okay, so,
You'd be
alright,
16.
how would I?
You have a that's off of this sheet right here.
Oh, right here, attacks per action, 2. Got it.
Yep, there you go.
in
And,
6 feet.
And then now I can,
6.
and your Crimson Right, and you have a +3 to your proficiency.
6.
Okay, so does everybody else.
Plus 6
Alright.
would be, you'd be 5 foot, 6 foot 2.
What?
Are we figuring out height right now?
6 foot 2.
I think so.
That's why I'm asking you.
No,
So I have proficiency
Roll
in what?
1d4.
1d10.
It's just a +3 proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
It's a thing. So if you're proficient in it, you get a +3.
Okay, proficient in what?
5 foot 6 plus 7 plus
So,
6
like,
is 7
so,
feet.
like,
He skips 6
6
foot
foot
altogether.
to 6 foot even.
Well, he starts at a
skills.
4.6.
So
Or
like
6.
this means
Like,
so
okay,
plus-
so 6
oh,
feet.
proficient in
Yes.
deception. So
16
to deceive someone,
Well,
I would
this
be-
plus 6
yeah,
would be 5
so
feet.
you add
and you have
plus
10
3,
after that, so
and then
5
plus
foot
your
10.
deception, which is a +6 to your D20. So you're more likely to deceive
4
someone.
foot.
Oh, okay, so.
So same thing with insight. So if you're
Oh,
doing
okay,
insight,
so that's my proficiency.
Yeah, 5 feet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
see.
then you add this bonus
That's
as
what I
well.
just said.
Yep.
Yeah, so you plus 5,
5
see
foot
that?
10.
Your insight.
Roll your
Plus
d4, you
You're
go
fucking wise as fuck.
No,
Your
yeah,
insight,
yeah.
you're just naturally like your innate knowledge of things.
I got a 1.
You got a 1. So
Okay,
16
so I haven't
times
been doing
1
that.
is
Yeah, you should definitely be
16.
doing that.
So you are
Do you want
106 pounds.
That makes sense because I'm withered.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling for mine.
I call for a reroll. I don't want to be short. I already
Does
have
anyone
this
else want to
guy
do
set up at
anything
6'5".
while we're at the end? Anybody else want to
You
do
can
anything
be
while we're at the
6
end?
foot. I mean, you could, I
20
think.
inches right here.
So-
that'd be
You guys are about to do whatever you want. Right now we're figuring out height for some reason. You guys are, I'd imagine right now that you guys are standing in the middle of the Stonehill Inn on like the nearest post. And you guys have your backs
You're gonna
against
be
it.
6'2".
And you guys have like a
20
piece of
pounds.
chalk and you're just writing
Anyways,
off.
you'd be 120 pounds.
126.
Just waiting.
120, I thought.
Oh,
Okay, Shane, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Alright, you're gonna see how tall I am because the base of my height is 5'8".
Okay.
5'9". 6 feet.
You guys gonna bust some ass after this.
I'm 6'2",
Awesome.
and I weigh.
6'2".
You was a 1, a 3, and a 2. Just 5.
6'2".
Wait,
Wow.
1,
Yeah.
3, 2.
Yeah, those hollow
6.
bones.
6, and I weigh 126 pounds.
Holy fuck.
How much? I thought I weighed 126.
Slender.
I do. We weigh the same amount.
I weigh 120.
That's pretty good actually. How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah.
So we're both the same height.
But I'm an elf, so.
I weigh slightly more than him.
And I'm withered
Where do I
too.
put this on my D&D?
Remember, Mike? I
don't know.
withered up.
Description.
I took the druid circle of death. Now I'm just like a walking druid.
Fucking metal.
How many?
So
Yeah.
edgy.
Metal.
And I'm 126 pounds.
No, they
But
don't
it's good
really
for
have
us
any
to
other
know how
plans
much
for the
we-
day. He's just
It's good to know how much we weigh.
Whoa, whoa,
Wait, we
whoa.
gotta
got some stuff to work
Adjust
through.
We gotta
What do I
go
roll?
back to that mine. Bring in a new
So,
friend.
You're at
'Cause I have a
half
feeling that he knows how to hold his own.
Justin's probably gonna be the tallest.
What happened in the mine?
Justin rolled 2d10.
We're looking around. Some wizard came and fucked them up. There's no big deal.
Alright. But you didn't explore the rest of it? Over like,
One.
why do you need to go back?
So 6.
Well,
Justin,
you're
you're 5 foot
lose more
4.
than we can.
I'm 5'4". What?
Okay,
I'm a
that
mini
I'm down with.
half orc?
Mhm.
You're 5 foot 4.
Oh my god.
Roll 2d6.
2d6.
Yeah.
To figure out you're a thick boy.
Well, spreading like a plague.
3.
3. 1. Oh my god.
It was there for a moment.
Scrawny little fuck.
So you got a 6 times 4 is 24. You weigh 164 pounds.
Damn.
164 at 5'4".
Jody.
Not bad.
I'm a stocky little fuck.
I mean, it makes sense. You're a stocky little half orc.
But you might want to
Yeah.
mark that down too. We're going to keep with that because it's good to know how much.
Fucking
Alright, so height was 5'4".
Yeah, and mind you, if you had rolled
What?
2 10s, you would have been over 6 feet tall.
Alrighty.
Oh shit.
So you just heard their tale.
The tallest you could have been was 6'8".
And then I'm 120, wait, what, 160. 164. In age and years. Shit.
That's whatever you want it to be.
Alright, well, at 5'4", 164 pounds.
I'm 8 years old.
I'm like 12.
I'd say anywhere would be like, you know,
Chubby
probably
little
like
12-year-old.
Probably like 18 to like, probably like 50s, 60s. Well, like half orc, you probably live a little bit longer, so probably like 70, 80. Anywhere between like
Alright.
that, 18 and 80, I'd say. 18, 90.
Yep.
I'm going to say my bird is 20.
Sure.
Apparently we live 80 to 90 years. The longer we're exposed to fresh air, the longer we live. We're like flowers.
Oh,
How old is this?
700 years.
Savage.
you get a big old choice.
At this point,
Big
I would
old
say at
choice.
this
You're
point,
going to outlive all of us.
At this point, I'm like 150 years
So pretty young. Pretty young
Yeah.
in spry, dude, yeah.
You're like,
I would say I'm about
you're like the
20,
equivalent
20
of a
years,
human in
so-
his 20s.
Yeah.
What about a dragon?
Dragons only live for like 70 years.
What
Yeah.
if you're a half dragon, half elf?
You're more like, you're half dragon. Wait,
I'm
we've
pulling-
already determined you are like 1/4
I'm pulling up
dragon.
on
He's a
D&D.
quarter
Going
dragon.
with the elf.
Half,
Okay,
he's
I'm
half
going to go
elf,
with
quarter
D&D
dragon.
Wiki. I'm going to pull up it
Okay.
on D&D Wiki.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I would like to progress some in the story
We're
a
having
little
fun.
bit. While I know we're having fun, I want to have fun, but
Fun isn't loud.
we have
Happiness
a
is
time
banned.
limit for fun, and I want to make sure that Justin and everybody else that are here have
I'm good.
something to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're good, you want to just be behind chocolate. I'm good with that too. Nice
If
fun.
you want some,
Uh,
it's dark chocolate.
Yeah, I like
you have a problem.
I
with
know.
that. Anybody
Love
can
this
help
shit.
themselves.
Nah, I don't like dark chocolate.
I'm gonna look up his music.
Anywho, yeah, maybe our plans for the day are getting freaky. He's all done.
Anyway, we gotta go back to the town.
Yeah, but this mine sounds cool.
I
We
think
should
I've
get
done
that.
quite enough for 1 week.
I'll buy you
We're not staying
as
on
many
it.
drinks as you want.
I
After we come back.
who you are.
We have like an energy drink that we can buy from the bar or something.
lizard man.
Can always
I don't
You
had
can
enough
get to know me over some
Oh, the
drinks.
bartender.
I've
Or is
had
that
enough
the inn manager?
meeting new people
I don't
for.
I'll ask him anyways. If he's got a problem.
Weird looking things.
So,
They reach maturity. You reach
Yep.
maturity at about 12 and live
I'm gonna
about
ask-
3,000
yeah, okay.
years.
so
What the
hey,
fuck?
What happened
Quarter
to
dragons
like
live for
energy
3,000
tests
years?
or anything to like
Okay, well, let's
get
say
my friend to get him in the
1,500.
mood to actually like you know get up, go out,
Wait,
fight with us.
I said 1,200. It's fine to me.
That's fine.
At least you'll make a bro for life.
Yeah. See, you look over and he's like,
Yeah.
he's got his beer and he's just like looking into the beer glass and then like takes a sip and like puts it back down and just flips back into his glass. Looks back at it.
All right, maybe you're right.
You already paid for a bunch of drinks anyway.
Yeah, true. I go over and I sit back down.
Okay.
And look over at him.
This is fucking oddball.
Okay, your eyeball.
Well, then if you don't want to come with us, we're gonna end up leaving you behind. We're going back.
It's a fun one.
Maybe or don't you think you'd feel better if we beat something?
Honestly, I feel
That's
like
not
that.
normal.
I feel like that would make me feel worse.
No,
No, no,
hey,
no.
these things.
I've had some distressing, recurring nightmares. I mean, look at this. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand on one of the empty mugs and start moving it around.
As you cast Mage Hand on one of the empty mugs, the hand that stretches out as this like purplish black energy, and it's like these finger knives go and grab the mug and move it around.
I hold up my blackened hand with talons and I feel offended.
I'm just gonna move it around like this,
like
and
Mage energy.
I'm just
Just
gonna
moving it around.
I'm just gonna look at everybody and say, I don't even know how I'm doing that. Do you realize how distressing that is?
That's followers talk boy.
I can do that.
Elmar looks over. He's like,
3.
that is pretty fucking cool. It's fucking dark as shit though. I want to get that looked at.
I proceed to still look
I
at
agree. You
it.
should get that.
It's not completely black. It's got like this purplish energy coming off of it, and it looks like there's these like little veins and slivers of like blades coming off of it as the hand extends from where it is. It's not like violently moving, just kind of swaying as it comes through.
But 1 week ago, I couldn't do that. Now all of a sudden, I'm beating people to death with a stick and vanishing out of existence, electrocuting people with lightning, firing bolts of energy out of my fingertips.
Honestly, I think it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I don't know what you do about it.
Well, the thing is that I don't know how I'm doing this.
Well,
You need to go
but
do
you can make
something
it
to figure it
happen.
out.
You can make it happen. Now you just need to tighten your
But
grip
I have-
on making it happen.
But I have the strangest feeling that I'm not really the one making this happen. It's like somebody telling you to go do something. Now, are you doing that thing, or is the person who told you to do that thing doing that thing?
Well, maybe you can go live in a hole for the rest of your life, never touching these amazing capabilities you have. Or you can just go beat yourself up and figure it out along the way.
The worst part of that is I think you might be right. Fine. I'm gonna take out that tankard that I bought a couple days ago.
Good.
I'm gonna go back up to the bar. I'm gonna get a refill of that fucking vodka and orange juice
I'm doing the
mixture.
same thing as I was doing before.
I asked you to make a stealth roll again.
You will actually. Yeah. Because this time you do see another. He eyes over again behind you. What's your roll?
I rolled a 10.
Alright.
I have a passive perception of
He
13.
sees you do it.
So, no, he noticed.
He noticed
oh,
you doing that, yeah. Yeah,
Do I
I'll just be
notice-
right back.
Do I notice him noticing me?
Well, I'm turning to look at you.
Yes,
I
you do.
noticed.
You definitely do.
What are you doing?
I need a drink for the road.
You don't need to drink for the road in order to. Did you really see
You
me?
can have a drink for the road, but I can't have a drink for the road?
Well, I don't understand why
You know,
need
in
to
this
make-
entire conversation about colors and stuff, I feel like really it's discriminated against.
Colors?
I didn't
Yeah, I
know
don't
how
think you guys
sunburned
talked it-
black scaly hands was
What,
bad.
anything in colors?
What is the floor made of?
The floor, it's actually a really nice, well, it was really nice mahogany when it was first put in. You'd probably noticed that, but over the years of people traversing it, it's got these bows and ripples in it, but it looked like it was nice.
They use plant growth.
I'm going to make 2 branches come out of the floor and smack both of them in the back of the head. Guys, we gotta go. Get your fucking booze or your drinks and let's get out of here.
I'm trying to. She's distracting me and doing weird water things. Not my fault. Nothing's my fault.
I drink.
He looks at everybody and is like, all right, you still got a little bit left on your tab. I'll leave it here for you guys. It sounds
Don't
like you're
worry,
heading out.
I can get those away.
I put a little extra in this one for you and hands over the tankard for you and says, and you wanted something before you left as well?
Can you just give me a shot for the road? I feel like I'm gonna need one.
Something strong. Yeah. Goes over next to the counter, pulls up a small jar.
1,000-year-old.
Pours it. It's this thick, like darkish green liquid.
Ooh.
This is like this garage.
The Drogas Grundle.
Sets it back down and stamps it back on. Blows some dust off the top. Sets it back down.
Puts it in a metal safe.
Well, that's
Nice.
I can constitution save.
The third double spell, man. What the fuck are you doing?
I think you're
It's
officially
smart though.
I think I'm
Use
officially
the wood from the floor to sprout branches.
Trouble?
Okay.
it just makes it feel excessive. So you
My
feel a
wings
slight
relax.
warmth, and you feel like you're just about to get a buzz on. If you drank a little bit more, you'd probably get drunk, but it feels nice.
He just goes
It's like a
cross-
nice
I'm
little
ready to go beat some
little bit of
things.
courage.
Finishes the drink, he just goes cross-eyed for him, just, I'm good.
For the sake of time, a little bit of brevity. I assume at this time you guys all want to head back out.
Yes.
Yes. So you haven't taken this way before, but I'll just need a marching order for you guys while we go through the woods and travel. You guys are making your way.
Birds in the air.
Birds in the air.
I'm a really
Bird in the
tall
air.
bird now, and this is
Um,
really throwing me off.
Actually, there's bird in the air. We're gonna walk. Okay. So you
So
guys.
my wings bigger than his.
What's that?
Daytime?
Oh yeah, it's just towards
Morning?
Morning. It's probably about 10 o'clock.
Oh, perfect.
And you guys got about a good 5-hour trek back to the cave.
His wings just about the distance of the
So, who's taking the lead? Who would like to make a
Exactly.
perception check?
I will.
The first
I'm
perception.
in the air.
You're in the air, but he's taking the lead, so it's up. You can roll with advantage if you're helping from the air,
Yeah.
or you guys can roll separately.
+9 to my perception.
Roll separately.
Roll with advantage.
Or advantage. Separately.
Roll with
or
advantage.
Advantage. All right. It's a decent story.
It's not so decent.
So I got a 24.
24.
I can see everything.
Well, I can see all your.
See
Oh,
my
okay.
eyeballs.
Look at your own face.
You look off into the horizon, off the trail where it kind of goes up and down and winds a little bit off to the right, and so far you've seen nothing of significance so far on the trail. You look up in the air creek, and you see a little bit further from this trail and where it does lead over to the left a little bit. About halfway through, nothing so far. So you guys continue on. Anything you guys would like to do about halfway through the trail to prepare on getting there, or you guys could want to keep continuing on?
So just think about my wingspan. They're probably like 14 feet wingspan.
Yeah, probably at this time, yeah. So just consider that now that you're in this in space now, with your new heights and weights. So, another perception check. Going through. Because you have keen mind, you're leading, you know exactly how to get back to where you were before. Yeah.
With advantage still or not?
Yeah. If she's helping, yeah, I'm assuming she's helping. It's cocked, and it was almost 20.
28, Mike.
28.
I can see it.
Where you remember now, you're getting off the road, and this is where you have to take a right, and now you're getting into the thick woods.
Don't be thick.
Even with this, you being a druid, you know the natural landscape of this area, and you make your way straight on through, and you hear that wave crashing sound about an hour in now. You keep going further, another half an hour into your trek, and you can see just on the left where it starts going up, the waterfall that travels down where you guys had entered into this cave.
Well, we're here.
Did we go?
Yeah.
Go in.
All right.
Now, are you guys keeping the same marching order, heading back inside?
No, I'm back to Thavior.
You are back with Thamia? Okay.
Yep.
No dark vision.
Where is this?
Oh, yeah, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay,
Everyone
so-
has dark vision.
Yeah. Well, you have true sight.
Little bit of true
You don't
sight.
need
He has true sight?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know busted true sight?
That's part of his draconic parentage.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of other proficiencies and stuff due to his racial
But
abilities.
true
because
sight
of that.
is super busted. And I
It's
mean,
a little busted. It's
he
not
allows you
super
to see
busted.
invisibility through illusions, through 1 foot thick walls.
You can see them. Yeah, you can see the aura and outline through the walls. That's fine.
You can see into the
Yeah.
ethereal plane. You can see into the
our
astral plane.
headlight.
If he chooses to do so, yeah.
Our Rudolph.
But then again, he has to activate and tell me that he's using that ability, and that's going to be something. Otherwise, it's normal vision.
Okay.
So it's something he has to keep track of if he
Wait,
chooses
so
to do
he
it.
doesn't have dark
He
vision?
he does have dark vision, and he has true sight in his book.
Can I have dark vision?
No,
Yes.
you have dim light vision.
Dim light. So yeah, dim light. Sorry, yeah, dim light.
Ah.
Dim light for 120.
So
True
you can
sight
still
for
stumble
60.
and eat shit on a rock.
Yes. So you could stumble. Yeah. All right. So if you guys remember correctly, when you first go into this cave, you travel for about 30 feet into this tunnel, and then it opens up into that first area. You have to drop down.
Fasten the rope, drop her down.
Alrighty. Passing the rope, you make regular checks to make it down, strength
I'm
checks.
Going down with them, each one.
Yep, you're going down with each one, so you make it with advantage. So you just hit break DC for that, and if I remember correctly, it's just a 12. Oh, sorry, 15.
What kind of? What,
You're making a strength check with advantage to see if you can travel down the
Shit.
rope, unless you have other means that you'd like to get down this 20-foot
20
drop.
total.
20 total, you're fine.
Yep.
You make it perfectly fine. You travel down the rope using your arms and legs. Get down safely.
6.
Oh yeah, I'm 19.
A 6 total?
6.
6 total?
Yeah.
You get down, you brace your heels on, and you start down, you're feeling pretty comfortable, and then your leg slips out and you slip, and you've got one arm on the rope, and
Can
it
I
just...
grab him?
Huh?
Can I grab him?
You
I'm doing
can
checking.
you can check to see if you can make a dexterity check to see if you can catch him on the way down. Otherwise, you're gonna have to take the 2d6.
By the way, I don't get levitate until level 9, so you can't do the fun thing.
15.
You caught him. You caught him. Otherwise, it was 12. I rolled a 12. That's max.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
wait, I catch him, I hold him, and I just drop him. And I have another ball.
Okay. So you get caught by Cleek, and then immediately she drops you, and you feel a little bit of that G-force again. and
Well,
like-
no, I'm holding him, I'm
No.
dropping.
Oh, and you're dropping
And
with
letting go of my
Featherfall?
feet,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were going to drop him with Featherfall and
No,
him.
no,
so
no,
that,
I
like,
have
it could be
feather
funny.
fall, so I literally just glide down.
They
All right, so you both glide down
And I look
perfectly
at Gleek and I
Uh,
say,
Unzick, what
I
did you
mean,
roll?
just
19.
19. You easily
Yep.
make it down, arms and legs, and use all your strength, and it's pretty easy for you. How'd
Yep.
you do? So you're going to roll a
How do you
d20
tell how much
plus
weight you can lift?
your strength modifier.
look, 13, look.
13? 13, you get down on the edge and you got your arms down there, and again, just like Themior, you slip a little bit. Do you want to try and catch him?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Don't I have wings? Can I catch myself?
You could, if you want to.
I don't think she could carry him. He's too heavy.
She could catch him, do featherfall again, like the same thing you did, and you both slowly start to fall down.
But he doesn't weigh nothing. She's a
Well,
musk.
it's up to them. How do you want to catch yourself with your wings?
Gonna use
I
it
don't
to
know
dampen
what-
his fall.
Just make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can spring your wings out in time to catch yourself and get a little bit of air. So a
Roll a
d20.
d20 for literally just about everything.
Yep. 13 plus 16. Yep, you make it. So you see as your new pal, what is your name again, sir?
Alteros.
Alteros starts to fall. He rights himself in the air, and from his back, these black and blue wings flare out and catch him.
Wait, what
He
is-
slowly starts to fall.
I assume his armor is custom made in order to, Okay.
He actually,
That's
if
good.
you'll notice, actually, if you want, you'd probably notice this just from your own past perception. He's not really wearing much armor.
Virtue.
Yeah, he has simple clothes on. Looks,
I'm the same boat.
yep, very simple clothing.
I'm wearing like
I
very
can't
basic
afford to not wear
wrappings.
armor.
You got anything there?
I'm wearing no good either.
Alrighty, so you guys managed to make it down into this first area. You guys actually have the map on your phones from WhatsApp. You want me to send you that picture again, or
The same.
it's the same map?
Pastel
You guys still have that
strength
portion of the
4,
map.
Yep.
So where would you guys like to go from here? You guys
Fifteen
saw
and 15.
room 3, if you'll remember correctly, if you guys are all looking at that map. And if you want, you can look on with.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So that's what you guys. So you guys had made it into room 3, and you made it through 6, but you hadn't gone through this side yet. You made it all the way north, all the way up straight, and
Is
only
6
stayed
where we
on
had the
the
battle?
left side. What's that?
Is 6 where we had the battle?
Yeah, you guys fought in 6, and you fought in room 9 as well.
Lazarus knows how to get to like everywhere in here.
Yeah. So
I
you
want,
could.
I want to put my hand on
Where-
him.
Yep.
And I want him
Where
to bring us to where I started burrowing in the wall.
you want to go back there?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Give me just a second. Okay, so you guys.
Set
Yeah. Can't roll for encounters at least. Let's double. You guys managed to make it over there easily where, Lazarus, you remember digging, and where you were, you got about, what was it, like 10 feet in from your digging before?
I made it to the other side.
Oh, yeah, no, you were just peeking through.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you go back into the hole, and you finish the tunnel and make it wider?
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, and from there, you see about 20 feet in front of you, there's a set of stairs that lead down. And if you go completely through the hole, you'll see that it drops down into what looks like it's got 2 long tables, and it looks like it was probably some kind of mess hall that they were using to like.
For
have
conspiracy's
food.
sake, I'm gonna say I have a flame cube up next to it.
Okay. That's fine.
Because I can't see very far.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have already been through this area actually. It's just divided, and on the other side it kind of there's another ramp that goes up. It's another like cliffside, and it extends on for another 20 feet or so. But there is with the flame on, I'd say they you do notice there's nothing. It's completely sealed off, but it does look like there's a little alcove off to the left, like 100 feet on the other side.
So we've made it through the barrier, kind of.
Well, where you are right now is the farthest west that you've gone.
Okay.
So
Do we
far.
make it through? We want to make it through where I started burrowing.
You already did. You
Yeah.
did.
Okay, so we're in that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you've made it all the way through. Because where you were before is where you guys were getting attacked by those things that dropped on you, and then you went down this little tunnel and you started to dig through, and that just led into the other area where you guys had gone around before. So it was just you just dug a tunnel through. It had just collapsed. It looks like maybe it was some kind of hallway previously that connected them both, but since it collapsed, it just that's fine. Yeah, that was. But yeah, it just collapsed in that area. So yeah, nothing to be found really there. Just another room. And if you want, you can check out that little alcove, or you could
I wanna
go
look
back
in
to
the
somewhere else that
alcove.
you've been. You want to go to the alcove and look over? Sure.
So there's torch holders on the wall, but there's no like.
Yeah,
extinguished-
there's extinguished torches in the walls of this room.
Can I start lighting them as I go?
Absolutely, yeah. You light a few of them, and as you do,
Because I
it
can
takes
point
you.
at them and like.
Oh yeah, so you point right at them, and a little
Lazarus
beam of energy
Green light.
streaks out to each of them. There's actually 6 that line this whole hall, and you do see that this actually is in fact where there was a mess hall at some point, but you do see across the entire floor are bodies of different dwarves and gnomes and orcs that are just spread out throughout this entire floor.
door.
It looks like, huh?
The door.
Yeah, it just looks like there was a mass battle here.
Are there corpses?
Corpses, yes.
Like they're like skeletons?
Some skeletons varying, like decay, set of decay. Like some of them look a little fresher than others, maybe by, a couple decades, but all long dead. Dust on them.
Are they lootable?
You could probably take a look at them.
May I
Yeah.
roll a nature
Um,
check to tell how long the most recently dead one has been dead?
Yes, and yeah, you just straight.
I'm gonna-
For you, if you want to look around the bodies, they're just wearing like their own armors that they had with them at the time. Nothing fancy for any kind of weapons that you
Just
see
some-
offhand.
Yes.
Just looking around. Yeah, if you wanted to do more in-depth roll, you could do that, but just off the cusp, it just looks like standard, simple items.
I'll leave it.
13.
13. Oldest one, probably about at least your take on that, 200 years old.
Christ.
Looking for boxes.
Looking for boxes?
Yep.
Let's see.
Boxes that require keys.
Boxes that require keys?
Can I make a history check to see if I can tell where these dwarves and what else was there? Elves?
There's dwarves and gnomes.
No, to see where they were maybe from.
Roll for that, yeah. Roll perception.
You don't take an L?
You can
You're not doing all blue.
you can roll a history check to see if
Yeah.
you know anything.
Yeah, a history
Yeah,
check.
absolutely. Yeah, roll a history check.
You walk in on-
With advantage.
With
You won't get
advantage.
nothing all blue.
21.
No, no boxes with
Nat 20.
keyholes. Awesome.
28 total.
That's really good. No, that's really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna give you a lot of lore in a second. You don't find any keyholes
Yeah, go ahead.
for boxes that would contain keys that you're looking for.
no.
If you know what I'm saying. But if you remember correctly, you do have 3 keys currently.
I have a jade key, a sapphire key, and an iron key.
Where did we get those keys?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you
Yeah.
asking questions over here?
Just wanted to-
Why are you asking questions, new guy?
I'm trying to figure out
This is
where.
Yeah, you see Clink like fumble a few keys out while she's looking around the room. She's like this. Like you can clearly see this. I'll say. Yeah.
To get through here, I cannot
No, these keys came from statues and sealed magical boxes. Like, I want the loot associated with
So
these
we don't
keys.
know
No.
if they're going to be used here. You just
Yes,
don't know
I'm
what
assuming they're for here because the people that we took
They
them
should die.
from,
It's a
the
G1.
main boss was in here.
One.
Oh,
That one.
blocks.
Or you're looking for jade things, sapphire things, and iron boxes. Because there was a jade statue that opened a jade sealed box that gave us a jade key.
So now we need to find a way.
So we need to find a keyhole.
We got a box. We found a key.
No, we got a statue, we got a box. Let's put the statue and box together. We
Got
got
a
a
key.
key.
And then we got
Another
another box.
statue,
box.
another box, another key.
Boom.
Okay.
You could write your name on that and that'll be
I have a feeling there's going to be a third one. Maybe even more.
We have a third one. We have a Jada Sapphire.
Alright, so where are you guys moving from
That
here?
was
You guys have looked around the room?
Where-
You, Mike, you just gave him Fabian's mini.
Oh! Sorry, this one. But that one needs to stay. I didn't know. Oh! Well, it doesn't matter, just put your name on one of them. You already got a thing there, I guess.
Need more Thamiors.
Oh,
All of it. He's just diet Thamior.
Thamior uses shadow fill in YouTube.
Yeah, so let me know what you guys want
This
to
is
do.
why we need minis, this might be a thing.
Yes.
We need minis.
Yep.
I'm buying minis.
Yeah.
Although I kind of want to wait for 0.4 to have more bird options.
How often do they update? 'Cause I mean,
See, the thing is, the week before I checked, they didn't have any bird people. I checked the next week, bird people.
It's because they added a new expansion.
Yeah, they added a bunch of races in.
There's like
The only other thing I could think of is if I could like whittle away the beak so because the beak is huge.
Yeah.
Bird.
It's
Like
my
two-
bird is going to be more like
Toucan.
like
Toucan.
Oh, yeah.
the big beak. But for a mini, it will work because it's going to be like this big. Or actually, it's going to be tall now.
Oh, yeah.
Very tall, very
Mine's going to be
thin.
like a little short guy. Like a little.
Yay!
Hey, I thought I was small.
Okay, what you guys want to do? What you guys want to do?
Well, that's it for the room.
There's just
And
200
you've already
little dead
told-
bodies.
That's us all the lore.
Oh, I didn't tell you lore, did I? Yeah, so from your roll, your natural 20 plus a 28 on top of that as a total, looking over the bodies, and you remember walking past the hallways with your keen mind and your dark vision, you actually took the time to piece this little puzzle together. There were dwarves and gnomes that created this mine a long time ago. And you saw from the paintings and from the other sculptures and artwork they had around this mine that you saw on the way in, that this was a large mine that they had just used regularly. They had placed ore, they had removed ore from the mountain here, and they just smelted it, actually in the room just over to the side where the little alcove was. That's going to be the smelting room there. And you can see that from the depictions of the tapestry art that goes around to this area and actually tells you the story of how they do it and gives you instructions on how they did this. But the important piece is that they made a pact known as the Fanner's Pact. And this was made specifically because they found a large source of just magical energy inside of this cave, inside of this mining operation. So what they did is they had wizards and mages come here to construct a sort of a magical forge that could be used to make beautiful pieces of magical armor and different things. You're not really sure exactly what it can do, but you can tell from the depictions that they were using it to make magical pieces of armor. And from the looks of it and the bodies around here, it was attacked by orcs or something happened here and everything was wiped out. The cave collapsed and it's been lost for years and years. And you remember Gundren telling you the same type of story as well, and that they were trying to find it, him and his brothers. And now, this is where you guys are. You have your own kind of...
What race was the black spider?
He was a drow.
Do I know how long Drows live for?
Make a
This is type of elf,
history or
isn't it?
nature.
Type of elf, isn't it?
It's a type of elf, yeah. So they probably live for quite some time as well. So,
We'll do this.
yeah, go right ahead.
Would you like me to look it up?
Moving on, yeah. So Lazarus, you have your bit of information there. Can you want to relay that to everybody you can, or you can just say that you did? It's
Yeah, I wanna, so, we're looking around this room. From what I've gathered from seeing everything,
How old is the oldest body?
he would.
how old is the oldest body?
Yeah.
Oh, nature check.
I already thought I rolled that.
You rolled for the earliest.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give that a go. Why not? Balls.
Not quite sure. You're probably assuming it's probably about as old as the oldest one. What the?
Well, seeing as the youngest one is about 200 years, and there was a battle there, I would guess about 200 years.
So,
Because, I mean-
would we guess that Drow has something to do with this, considering he has something to do with Red?
I feel he was looking for it, but I don't think he.
But I think he caused this.
This massacre?
Yeah. I mean, he controlled a bunch of orcs.
He killed
Bugbears.
wolves?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. But he just never found what he was looking for.
But
Maybe he did.
from looking
He
around.
said he did.
You guys said you fought a lizard.
Yeah, he said he didn't know what he was looking for.
Did he not say before we had him shipped off, disgustingly alive? Did he not say that he was unable to regress any further? Something was keeping him from going any further. Something I assume some sort of monster or something similar to that back. So-
that she happens to have.
So, well, that there is that. But if it was some sort of creature that he was simply no match for, keeping him from going any deeper into the mine, that's one possible answer. Although, if he's been around for these 200 years, I would think that perhaps he'd eventually find a way to just get through the creature. I mean, it doesn't matter how big the creature is, if you poke it.
It might be.
Was he
It might
asking
be.
you guys for help?
It might
No,
be.
well, yes.
He initially.
Yes, he was
gave us
trying
a
to proposition us.
Why would he bring you guys to help beat something he couldn't? If you
Because we
thought
beat
you could
all the
beat
red
that,
brands. Unless it is to do
then
with
he
the
would know
keys.
you could beat him.
Unless it has to do with the keys.
I have a feeling there is a door that only keys can open.
Yeah.
and we
I
know
Because
that-
they,
a monster
we
would
had
make
to
sense.
read in giant to get the keys out.
Which only I have.
So it has to do, it might have to do with keys. We might be looking for a door, not box. Because it doesn't make sense for us to get a statue into a box, to get a key to go to another box.
That's
It might
what I
make more
was
sense to go
saying.
to a door.
So why would you find another box?
I say we go to the hall that he was at before, and then
Well,
progress.
no, from what like.
From your knowledge of
the knowledge of the body, in the alcove around is where they made it. So that would be where the footage is, correct?
If you remember correctly, the artwork that travels around the room about eye level would indicate that the next room, that little alcove, would be the smithy.
Well,
So not the fort itself.
No.
Okay.
I still think that's probably worth investigating. I mean,
Yeah.
we all came here for the first place because we thought that that dead Black Spider-Man was going to acquire vast magically powerful weapons. And seeing as we appear to be the only ones in here for quite some time, might as well take a look.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm on board with that.
I'll take a look.
It just doesn't make sense how, or it would make sense that he could progress any further because he was missing keys when we had to kill the goblins. We were under control by bugbears, which would all have to do with red brands being lost.
I wouldn't know how all the keys on them.
Maybe they had them, but they didn't know what the word was, or that they were keys in them because there was a statue of the box.
Yeah, you had to read Giants to activate.
Yeah, maybe yeah. They just didn't know where the keys were.
But if that battle was 200 years ago, you think it'd take them 200 years to find someone to read German for them?
Because they just didn't know the word.
The only reason we knew it was Giants because I know Giants.
And I'm like a goddamn raccoon.
If he
Townspeople
didn't,
may not be smart enough to be able to like, identify that.
200 years? You don't
Who
think they
knows?
would have ran into someone
Well, the red
who was
brands,
like,
the red
"This is
brands are
giant."
recent.
I don't know.
And we had
It's
to
like
get- we
200
had to
years
take
of
something
fish. Do you think
from
any of
the
them are going to
goblin.
learn how to speak English?
And goblins are hoarders.
I mean, that's a totally different town. So fuck outta here.
Alright, well, let's go check out the smithing area, and then we'll go try to find where this will be.
So, Lazarus, I want to bring up something, a good point of something.
What?
So, you being,
Half dead.
no. That is, yeah, nobody really knows about that yet.
Fuck ugly.
Yeah. Nobody really rolled perception enough to really like care either.
Not human.
You would know that this type of strong magical presence would be giving off some type of energy. Give you a little hint. Same thing for you. You know that it would give off some kind of energy that may be detectable by some kind of spell.
Maybe detectable as some sort of magic detection.
I don't know, something
Spells
like along
to
those
detect.
lines. Anyway, so
Detectable
do you continue
arcane?
forward, same
Yeah,
marching order?
we're gonna move forward a little smoother.
But I'm lighting whatever I find that I can.
Okay, so right before you enter this 30-foot hallway that gives a little bit more roll perception.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you are you? Yeah, go right ahead.
18.
18. You hear shuffling, and you do see a very thin bit of what looks like candlelight, almost, but it seems kind of looks like it's changing a little bit, like red and bluish different times, but it's just off to the left a little bit. It's flickering, but you hear shuffling, but nothing that you
I
see
put
past
my
the
hand
hallway.
behind me so we're
Okay. You
Hold
see
on.
Lazarus holds
we
it.
might have activity ahead.
Prepare gats.
We should start being stealthy.
We go stealth.
Yeah.
Finger guns, my finger guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time you don't roll a d20 is if you're doing damage.
Well, yeah,
14.
To try and hit them, you would roll
That's right.
5.
things even out.
Eat it, monk.
What'd you get?
I got 17.
17, 11. Okay, so the lowest one was a 5.
I got a 12.
And our highest was a what? You got the
14.
highest?
I got a
17.
Wonderful. Okay, so not
We're
too bad. It averages, but not too bad. Not
We're
too bad.
shuffling.
So you guys are walking quietly, trying to make your way down this 30-foot hallway, and Lazarus, you still hear it get louder, and the shuffling get louder. What does she want?
She wants to do
But there's no way to get up to the window.
Oh my god.
Troubles.
Yeah, so you hear the shuffling get a little bit louder, but you still don't see anything at this point. But as you get further down toward the end of this 30-foot hallway, now you can see over to the right, there's still like that licking flame, but you can see this giant, what looks like bellows, you know, the giant thing that pumps. You can see a large one of those and a giant, what looks like just smelting furnace sitting there. All inert, nothing's moving. But as you do walk in, you see probably about 30 feet in front of you, about just the torsos and heads of 2 shuffling skeletons. Just in this little, it looks like there's a little like ravine, and down to the left you see a giant wheel that it isn't spinning, but it's just sitting there, static. Nothing's moving. But you see 2 in front of you.
Did he only see that, or did the rest of us see that? This is-
He sees it because he's in the front. You guys are still in the back of the hallway.
There's 2 skeletons.
And as you look, you do see that there's a little, there is like a little another open area to your right, which looks like another hallway, and it's open further down to your left.
Mr. DM, I would like to take a quick look around to either side of me.
Okay? You see hallway.
There's hallways on either side of us?
Yeah.
With the
This is
skeleton.
a 10-foot hallway that you guys are in. He's just in the front. He's just.
Oh, so
looking
they're
forward.
not hallways stretching in each direction?
No, it's a 10-foot hallway,
Okay.
and you guys are walking down.
So we're not about to be flanked.
No.
Can we sense magical like energy?
On the skeletons?
Do you have detect magic?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Like, can you detect if they have magical energy?
Well, they're undead.
If-
They're just undead creatures. That
there you
were
go.
reanimated by some force.
They couldn't be making
You can roll like some kind of like Arcana check or something.
Well, you need to have knowledge in magical matters.
Yeah, or would it be the creature itself? You'd have to make a nature check.
Wait, well, we know it's a skeleton.
Yes, you know it's a skeleton. It's a moving skeleton.
I don't think there's really much information we can glean from this other than, you know, it's a skeleton, so it must be reanimated by this school of magic.
My school. I mean, technically, I could use speak to the dead.
Who's in the back?
Amy or an I.
That would be.
You guys roll perception for me?
Yeah, you don't know that as a character. I'm just saying.
Where you at?
Crimson White, like weapons and remaining stuff.
Shit, I got an
I got a 13.
Yes, you do. Yeah. But actually, yeah, it makes no sound as you use it. So you're good. What'd you guys roll?
8.
What?
8.
An 8 and a 13. Okay. Noted. Alrighty.
God, you made me terrified.
I'm sorry. So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna look at my dear good friend Lazarus, and I'm going to say to him, "Man, if there are skeletons, we should dispose of
Over
them.
here, you guys.
What are you waiting for?
Back. I'm assuming these guys are in the
They're
middle.
not gonna get any more dead. Dead.
That's
You
your
know what I mean? They're in the way.
10-foot
Dispose of the
hallway
scrap.
there.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem too difficult. They're just a couple of skeletons.
Well, he said, yeah. Bang!
Sending it off. Okay.
Bust
So you-
cats.
All right. So you roll with disadvantage because actually no, it's not gonna be disadvantage. Roll regular, but they just have a higher AC because of you can only see like the upper part of the torsos and their heads. They're in this little ravine.
How dare
And
they?
they're trying to aim down at them.
Well,
So I can take disadvantage. but-
19 plus, 8.
It's gonna hit.
It's 27.
That'll easily.
27 for my first gat. And for the second gat, because I do that now. Shit. 6 plus 8 is 14.
Okay. 14. 14 damage?
14 to hit.
Oh, 14 to hit. Oh, yes, so that one hits as well.
Okay.
So 2 hits.
So, we got 2 and 5, 7 points of force damage.
7 points of force damage.
Bang, bang.
As you send out your Eldritch Blast, it's like this now faintly translucent blackish purple energy spikes out. You can see it just faintly shoots out,
The fuck happened to my regular finger guns, damn it?
shoots out, and it smacks the skeleton, and his head smashes against the other side of the ravine, crumples down a little bit, and the other one looks over. You draw roll initiative.
But I shot him twice, though.
Oh, you didn't shoot him twice. Sorry, you hit him with
Bang,
another
bang.
blast. You shot both 1 or 2? No, the 2 separate skeletons.
No, the same one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
20 total
Bang, bang.
initiative.
20 total?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask for initiative in just a second. I gotta get these guys set up too. Alright.
So essentially, all you've done is shot here. I just shot.
Yeah, you shot that twice, so 1 goes off. Boom! Another finger down. Both hits.
Double tap.
5.
The second one brings him down. Right. So.
I can no longer push things above.
Alright, who got. Anybody get above a 20?
No, I
You
got
got a 20. But anybody get above a 20? No? Okay. Lazarus. Then 15, 20. Anybody get in between there?
Wait, what, 15, 20?
Yeah, 15, 20.
17.
17. Cool. Okay. Then 10 to 15.
I got 13.
13. That's what you got.
I got 10.
You got 10. What you get?
Yeah.
5.
Nope.
You got your
Oh, yeah,
dexterity.
yes, sorry. Yes. You got a 10
10.
plus your initiative, which is plus 2, so you got a 12. Okay. So still clean. Then on Zuki, you got a what?
13.
13, yeah, so
Yeah, not
on Terrace, then 13. Alright, got that.
Bring up the rear as per usual.
Okay, got that set up now?
Alright, so I just want to make sure I got this right.
Yeah.
With my Crimson Ring, I take 5 points of damage no matter what I roll on my D6
Yeah.
stats. And
For
whatever I
activating
roll on,
that.
okay, then whatever I roll on that is what is okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's your
All
boner
set.
damage.
On Zuka,
I'm good.
claim your... Oh, no. There we go. There's your initiative order for you guys.
No, Justin no longer has.
So my turn?
Yeah,
Butter
top
knife.
around it
Yeah,
goes to you. You
exactly.
see the skeleton start to raise his head back up, and the other one's still standing there. They look like they're just about to put their arms
I'm gonna
up.
turn into a bear.
Okay.
A black
Bonus
bear.
action.
A quarter
bear
bear.
shape.
No, a black
So
bear.
you watch as Lazarus, his skin starts to slightly get bulge, and you see fur start to grow where his clothes used to be. And as this happens, he turns into a giant, massive black bear. But in that as well, you see bits of bone protruding underneath the flesh of this rotten bear.
It's
a sunken eye where there was just an empty socket, glowing green energy from
Pet
inside.
cemetery.
He just looks malnourished.
Part of
Somebody
part
get
of the
this
jaw
boy a
is missing
sandwich.
with flesh hanging off.
Black bears
as he-
have a passive perception of 19.
Yes, they do.
That's how they
Alrighty. What would you like to do
Then
next?
I'm going to charge at the other skeleton and use the bear's multi-attack, which the bear makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its claws.
Would you like to get into the ravine? It's about a 10-foot ravine. Do you want to jump down in or swipe from the ledge?
Wait, they're in a ravine.
Yes.
I'll get down in there with them.
Okay. So you jump down in the ravine, you get down in with them, so you see one in front of you, and then there's the one that he hit twice with the Eldritch Blast. Alright, take your swings at the one in front of you.
Bite, I'm going to do the bite first.
Wait, did you take Circle of the Moon? What druid circle are you?
Circle.
Well, you need to be Circle of the Moon in order to shapeshift as a bonus action.
Do what?
Yes.
Does your Circle of Death or your Circle of Life, either of those 2 circles allow you to shapeshift as a bonus action? I thought they did. Or is it an action to turn into?
It's an action unless you Circle of the
Yeah,
Moon.
check on D&D Beyond. Because I know all the Circle of Death is going to do is just make it undead. It's not going to allow you to do it on a bonus
It's not
action
gonna allow you to
basis.
get that.
Okay, so unfortunately, you could use it as an action, stay as that, but you couldn't attack. You could get up there in the ravine though, so you're there.
You could make it unbearable to be around you.
Yep. Unbelievable. Oh, you did? Oh, shit. So. Speaking of.
Cherry colas?
Yes.
Can I have a fork?
Yeah.
Don't give me a fucking fork. He doesn't need a fork.
A fork you, alright?
Yeah, fork me. Fork me all over the place. I'm getting forked.
Yeah, I got 12 cherry coats and 6 regular coats.
I'll say thank you
Man
though.
with a plan.
Listen, I got. See, here's what happened, right? I got there.
Actually, yeah, I'll take one. I changed my mind.
I got there, and there was a 12-pack of Coke.
Yep.
Then right next to it, there were all these bottles, and the bottles said 3 for $10. And the 12-pack was $5.50 before taxes and all the bottle redemption fees and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Justin, do you
So I was
need
just
a
like,
Yeah, I'll have it. I'll have
cherry coke or regular coke?
I'll have cherry coats.
I did some quick gut math, and I was like, well, that's probably more value.
Show me the circle that I remember seeing on
So-
I wanted to do, and I didn't be on all it showed me was that. That's why I did.
Because some of the features you have to buy through D&D Beyond. If it's an extra feature, that's why you
what
have the
that's
character
the
sheets.
circle that I wanted to go with, is the one that gave me that as a bonus action. I didn't remember what it was, so when I was on D&D
I'll-
Beyond, I didn't see it.
I'll allow you to change that now, but there won't be any corrections after this.
That's what, yeah, like I was
Thank you so much.
like the one,
The Circle of the Moon?
and
Okay.
then the circle of death.
All right, so make your edits now, and we'll say that you
That's
change your
can't
base
change
shape.
it.
Two different
Oh.
circles.
No,
I'm
but
allowing
that's
to have.
Circle out of a book.
The
Yes.
books that I got.
This is an additional circle that I allowed him to have through the book, the journal that he read. The journal that he paid 1,000 gold for allowed him to choose a additional. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
We were
I paid
hopping with money.
Yeah.
We still have it.
I would know. She took some of mine.
Yep.
Could we buy another journal if we wanted to?
You could
Fine
probably
one.
buy like 5 journals with the amount of gold and platinum you guys have right now.
Shit, okay.
No.
You guys have what, 48 platinum, something
So,
like that?
Shane, what
That's
is
only
the...
480 gold.
Yeah, but on top of like the 1,000 gold that you still have already. I don't know what you guys' inventory is on.
We pay off.
But anyway,
I Total
So,
of
Starting at
1,700.
second level, you can use a wild shape to transform into a creature, a beast with a charm rating as high as 1.
Alright, so, what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan?
Starting at 6th level, you can transform into a beast with a charm
Yep.
rating as high as if you
So
were
we're in the smithy.
Yeah, you're in the smithy right now, so you guys are still in the hallway. This is what's going
But
on.
this is only a challenge.
If you guys wanted to draw it out, we could.
Yeah, so I could do.
But I'm just using like just theater of the mind for this.
Yeah.
There's a bellows,
I actually think-
like right as you exit the hallway, it opens up, and there's the bellows in front. There's the furnace right there to your left, and the bellows.
Cool.
Then behind the bellows is the giant wheel. There's the ravine with 2 zombies in front of it. Lazarus has just jumped out. Over to the right, there's a little. There's where you see
One of the coolest
the
creatures
ravine go
I've
off
turned
into a tunnel
in our
that's
campaign was a
blocked.
wall.
And then over here, if you were to look right out of the tunnel, over there, there's another hallway that leads down and curves, that leads into darkness.
If only I'd known then that you could actually see the creature before you turn into it. So, I mean,
So think about that when it comes to your turn. Lazarus,
I know, I'm not talking to you.
I'll come back around to you. We gotta get things moving.
Yeah.
We gotta move.
So
I need an action.
I'm going to, I am a black bear.
Yep, so you're black bear, we'll keep
I'm
that.
going up
We
with
just
multi-attack.
Multi-attack, skeleton, let's go.
Yeah. Does a 9 hit?
9 does not hit.
Okay, so I'm going to roll for my claw attack.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit?
22 does it?
Okay.
The
So,
best part about trying to do animals is that you have 9 hit points, and then when you lose them, go back to your
Oh, nice. So you could like potentially die as an animal.
so
Just go
he
back
takes
over.
9 points of slashing damage.
9 points
Damage
of
is very
slashing
slow.
damage.
Like, once you hit 0 as the animal, any remaining damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you whack into him, you rake all of the ribs completely off of the spine as they break down through and they scatter onto the ground with this little clank.
Oh, man.
Thought I ordered this dungeon boneless!
The eyes stare blank directly back into you, no glow, just completely blank.
I bear.
Alright. Do you do any extra damage to undead creatures because of your Circle of Life? Just look into that. But it will be the skeleton's turn.
Circle of death.
Yeah, the Circle of Death.
No,
Do
I
you
would
any extra
do
damage to it?
I would do extra damage to living
Living,
things
okay.
because I haven't let me.
Yeah, like blight does a lot of damage to not living things, but plants.
So,
But,
moving
yeah.
on, this will be the skeleton's
Plant
turn.
creatures.
Um,
Not living.
It still does a lot of damage.
Both those skeletons are going to take their turn to do an attack on you, Lazarus. Alright.
Show me what you get.
So they're both going to bring up their short swords and try to attack you with it.
Yes, sure.
One is a 14 and the other one is a 12. Both miss?
No, they both hit. Blackbeard's armor class is 11.
Alright, they both hit. Oh, fucking awesome. Alright.
I'm like, I hit things! Gosh, look at me!
Okay, so one of them is going to be 7 points of piercing damage and the other one's going to be 5 points of piercing damage.
I want Calgary.
He doesn't know what Fogger's base is. He doesn't know what Fogger's base is. I have to bet it.
Did you get that? 7 and 5?
I'm trying to figure out what his hit points is.
Oh, okay.
It's 3D plus 6 and it's roll.
It should have a number before that as well.
Do I have to go?
No,
I can
no,
go
or you could roll. It's one or the other. It's up to you.
With my roll,
Whichever's
I got
higher.
a 24 hit.
Okay.
So I have 24.
Sounds perfect. Yep, just write that down and then minus the 7 and the 5, so 13.
13.
Yep. Do you want a pencil?
Yeah, I need a piece of paper.
You need paper too?
Can I
Here's
have
a
a piece of paper for my wild shape?
Pepe hands.
Alrighty. So the skeletons made their turn. Now, at the end of their turn, you see the
Bear passive perception 19.
yeah, this is when you see it. You see the glow of that flickering candle-like shape. And as you do, behind the wheel, as you look down the tunnel, you see spin the wheel. You see the skeletal flaming face emerge from the other side. It's red and blue flames licking off its like gasping open face, flames coming out of its eye sockets. As it does, it is going to cast on you. No. Fireball. Fireball. Let me just grab that.
Wait, full on fireball, not
Full
fireball.
on
Fireball?
fireball. Third
Damn,
level
son.
spell, fireball.
Get down!
I am a bear.
Once it
Use
loads.
your reaction to flop into the water.
Alrighty, so that's going to be each creature in a 20-foot radius, so that's going to be the skeletons as well. Must make a dexterity saving throw.
Am I within a
Or
20
take
radius?
You guys are not.
Or
Oh,
take
good.
68 fire damage.
It's actually 8d6 fire damage.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
6.
Yes.
Both the skeletons failed.
I can't do that. Is that?
8d6.
Actually, I got enough in here. 1, 2, and cast the best spell.
What did you check for again?
You need like a cup.
5, 6.
What?
Dexterity
What are those
saving
Nazi
throw. Dexterity saving throw.
Wait, we should just go buy it. We should
A
just buy a
13?
Yahtzee board game set, get that cup,
Just
put a
for
bunch
the
of
cup.
D6 in it, and just paint fire flame. Just paint flames on it, hot rod flames. That's how I cast.
13. Oh, go fuck yourself.
Buy a whole Yahtzee set just for the cup.
Yeah.
Just buy a Dixie cup for.
Wow. 13 is the DC.
Oh my god.
13 is, so you're going to take half of this. So it's,
half.
yeah,
4d8.
2, 4, 6.
Or no, 3d8.
Yeah.
Wait, you have plus 2 to you. What's your saving for this?
What?
As a bear?
6,
I thought you rolled an 11.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, damage.
No, go back.
As the skeletons, as the fireball comes hurtling towards you, the first skeleton, the one that Thamior hit, and you guys see this through the tunnel as well. As Lazarus jumped in, a fireball comes through, emulating the first skeleton, completely turning to a crisp. The second one burning through that as well, and the fireball finally hitting Lazarus, doing 26 points of damage. You would have to be a reaction because it's not on your turn. All right.
Dead bear.
All right. What do you
I'll
have?
show you what you can do for reaction.
Are you downed or are you good?
No, I'm fine. I'm just not a bear.
You're not a bear anymore.
Wait,
So
the
the rest of that
26
damage.
hit points?
I had 24.
No, it went over. I took 12 off.
Okay.
It's because you took 2
Just
off.
making sure you ain't cheating.
Alrighty. So moving on from that. Let me put that down here. Cleek, it's your turn.
Okay.
On deck on Zuka.
Yep.
How far away is the flaming storm from me?
Right now he is 5, 10, 15, 25? 20, 25?
Okay, I'm gonna use all my movement because I'm gonna go through 2 people. Or 1 person to get past these 2.
Okay, because you're in the back.
I have 40 feet of movement, so I'm gonna say that I use all of its against the flaming spell.
Alright, so you have no more movement.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm at the flaming spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to take my stick, and now I get 2 at full actions. for my
Okay.
turn.
I have to mark off one of his third level spell slots.
Just let me know whenever you're ready. I'm just looking up stuff. I'm always listening.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for my first hit.
Okay, go right ahead.
18 to hit.
18 hits on the flaming skull.
I hit a full max.
What type of damage do you do?
So
Stick damage? Piercing?
the first is gonna be bludgeoning after that.
Okay, he's immune to cold damage.
He is,
Thanks for sharing.
like completely immune.
Oh, fuck!
Is he resistant?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said it earlier. Well, because I thought you were going to do the damage, so.
I am doing the damage.
Okay, yeah, but it's not going to go through.
Okay, so I'm not gonna roll a d4.
That's okay.
So he takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage for the first hit.
How much?
7.
7 points. Okay.
Damn. +5 to damage?
Yeah. He has a stick. The other hit. Second hit
It's spaghetti.
was a 9.
Natural
Okay.
1.
That's a natural 1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good to know. What do you stick? Natural 1. Yep.
And for
As you try to stick to the edge of your stick, as you pull it back, is lit with this flame.
Nothing stick. Nope.
And I'm going to spend a key point for my bonus action to take patient defense.
Okay.
So I have to dodge.
All right. Sounds good. You have dodge on. And here we go.
Me. Alright, so wait, how far am I from this guy? Like 25 feet, 30 feet?
20, I'll say 20 feet. You guys are 20 feet away from where the ravine is to the opening of the
Okay.
mouth of this tunnel.
I'm gonna try to, well, can I shoot it with a crossbow from where I am?
I don't see why not. Yeah, should
Okay.
be within range and
Yeah, you're in the front of the line too.
Okay, alright,
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna attempt to shoot him with a crossbow
okay.
as one of my actions. The 10 does not hit.
10 does not hit. It whizzes right by the side of Cleek's head across the side of the flaming skull.
Okay. And
Quick,
I'm gonna use
use
my
your
second
action and grab it and
action.
throw it.
Use my second action to shoot another arrow.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Go right ahead.
So
Roll the
23.
Yep. Awesome.
Roll
So that's
your
one
damage.
D8.
Roll it twice.
Oh yeah, because I got a crit. Yeah. So 1d8, which is this one.
Wait, do you have crossbow master or crossbow expert? Is he?
No.
I don't know if you can shoot your crossbow twice in a turn then.
No?
No, you can't. You can't.
I would have to. Oh no.
I have 2 actions because I'm a mom.
No, I have 2 act.
He has 2 actions.
The
Yeah.
crossbow has
He
the
has-
loading property,
Oh, what?
which
Loading a
means that you
crossbow?
can only fire 1 bolt
Yeah.
per turn unless you have crossbow expert.
It's not like a free action to like reload it, but when it comes
Okay.
back to your turn, you can do it again.
Go buy a lever
But-
action crossbow.
Couldn't he use his bonus action to reload the crossbow?
That's not what I want to do though.
He already used.
One
No, you used it
action.
before.
I used one action.
You can use one action. You shot it. You can use another action to
Or you bonus,
Load it,
bonus
and then
action to load it.
the 2 weapon fighting to shoot it again.
We just need to get you 2 light crossbows so you can have one in each hand.
I want to use a bonus action
Fully
to.
automatic. So
No, I'm just gonna. I'll just leave it at the 1 crossbow shot that I missed, and then I'll just use my bonus action to cast Blood Curse of Mutual Suffering
Okay.
on the face.
Alright, sounds good.
the face.
The face.
The fiery
I like
face.
that. I like that.
Yep.
The face. Alrighty. Is that your turn?
Yep, that would end my turn.
Alright.
Yeah, if you love crossbows so much, crossbow
It's your turn.
might
What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Because when you use your attack
So,
action to attack with one-handed weapon, you use
Yes.
your bonus action to attack with a hand
Proper
crossbow.
damage, not cold.
Okay.
But it did.
You have to touch it.
Yeah, you would have to see if it does, because I gave out a little bit too much information.
Yeah.
But you'll have to see what type of
You
damage
wouldn't have to use a
it
full
is.
action to
Like,
reload a
it's
small
4.
crossbow.
No, well,
Maybe like
with crossbow expert, you ignore the loading property of crossbows. So if you had, say, multi-attack, if you were a multi-attack fighter and you had a
Just
crossbow,
touches your range.
you could just go,
Okay.
pow, pow.
Yeah.
You're in 20.
That would be
So you're within range.
This is like a glitch in the.
So if you wanted to, during your turn, this is what you can do during your turn.
Has like an extra
You
crossbow
can
bolt in
cast,
your hand, you pull the trigger. and it's just
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is information, and then there's also a backside to this as well. So here, why don't I just? Nobody else needs
He
this.
just loads 2 crossbow bolts.
Nobody else really needs that. So here.
Yeah.
So just take a second to write your turn.
Or maybe
Damien, do you know what you want to do on your turn while he's looking up something real quick?
Of course.
Alrighty. Do you mind if he takes his before yours, or do you have something set up?
I think I just want to cast Chill Touch.
Okay. So he casts Chill Touch.
You have to touch it though.
No, it's ranged actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't think that either. Yeah.
Icy hand comes out.
Oh yeah, because there's death touch, which is like you have to touch it.
So what does the spell say that you have to do for on the yeah? Don't you have it on?
I think it's a ranged spell attack.
This thing has resistance to cold.
Make a
Let
ranged
it make its
spell
mistakes.
attack against the creature to assail it with the chill. On a hit, the target
Yep.
takes
So roll a
1d8.
d20, and then add plus. So it's a +6 to your modifier. Remember that.
Right.
So
It
it's a
also
d20
says,
plus 6.
If you hit an undead target, it has disadvantage on the attack rolls against you until the end of.
Okay. You'll have to see. Let's see if it hits.
And am I level 5?
Yes.
So then, this spell's damage increases when you reach 5th level to 2d8.
All
Yes,
right.
the cantrips scale so that you can always use them and they're always viable.
It's necrotic damage. Shield touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.
9 plus.
I don't know.
Go to. So if you have this prepared spell. If you go to
Well, I get a 7th level. I think that's next
I
level.
only get
It's a
it.
plus
Touching,
6.
till touch, 128
Yeah,
plus
I'm gonna
6.
get 3rd level spell.
Because blades are 15. Blades are
So you get 15 total. 15 hits. So now you can roll those 2d8 for damage.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let's see what you
Next
do.
level, I get blink, element, weapon, and one more thing.
Blink is that's
7
Blink is
plus.
Nothing.
He doesn't get added to that.
You could be
No.
a
Damage?
No.
Okay. All right. So 7 points of damage. As you do this bluish black energy strikes out and flicks some of the flames on his face, and you can see it kind of grimace back and recoil as it does. It kind of winces back a little bit. Perfect. All right. Moving on. Damien.
Excellent. I'm gonna keep it above 20, and you can keep the change.
We might want to open that up. Might.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that for like spacing.
Yeah.
All
I'm gonna
right.
keep it above 20.
I'll get this ready to draw some stuff.
Is this our stack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you guys' stuff. You guys need to divvy out who
Oh,
has
yeah,
what.
so you
small
have
deck.
your leave this big stack.
I already know what it does. I think I got it all down. I think I got it all down. I might have it all
Okay.
down. I don't have it all down. I'm just passing the stick.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
So I
Wrong
put
stick.
it down, I'm gonna grab a one.
Well, that's my fault.
You got that.
No, you just put it on the outside of yours.
I'm grabbing a wet pistol for the total.
Okay.
I need these stick, the glass staff.
You got that thing over here ready? No rushy.
With the bottom. Maybe scroll trackers. Anywho. Right. So I'm just gonna beat this sumbitch with my new blast staff. I'm gonna use it as a quarterstaff.
Okay. I'm gonna strike on it.
Use it as a versatile weapon.
It's fine.
And I'm gonna make him get down on it.
You bring the staff down.
24.
24 hits.
And I get.
This is on the flaming skull, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
24
What everybody
hits.
else is getting?
For
I don't know,
my
skeleton.
for my first hit,
They're
because
dead.
now
Oh, yeah.
I get 2. 24 and 16.
24 and 16.
Yes.
Those both hit, or is that damage?
Those are both hits.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's also an attack roll.
All right.
Okay. And so-
Oh, 24 before. I thought they were doing 3s. I was
What are
like,
you doing? What?
no.
Oh, no, I'm using the stick, but I have improved pack weapon. Well, no, Thirsty Blade, which makes it so I can attack twice per turn when I take the attack. Also, I'm very swole.
Wait, what is that?
Thirsting Blade?
Yeah.
It's an unrestricted vocation.
Give it
You can't have it.
so I can attack one.
Anyway,
Damage?
damage. 4 plus 5 plus 1 is 10.
Yes.
Start with. And
Wow.
the second hit's gonna go ahead and do 1 plus 6 is 7. So 17 points of damage. Get down
You
on
see,
it.
you see as you. What type of damage is it? Sorry, what type of damage was that?
Magic stick damage, so magical bludgeoning.
Okay, cool. So, you bring down the stick, and what was the other weapon that you were using?
No, it's the same weapon.
Oh, it's the same weapon. You're just hitting twice with it.
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay, so you bring down the first strike, and as you do, you feel like this little bit of extra oomph, and you do it as you bring this swing up. That same little bit of energy comes with this one, and you strike it, and it dissipates right before you finish the blow, giving a little bit of extra power to it, and the flames start to dwindle down a little bit on it. You can see like it's starting, like the head is actually starting to waver a little bit, but there's still this menacing skull licking the flame, being lit by these flames.
Well, that's it. I'm out of gas.
You got a guess already?
Well, not technically, but yeah.
Now, move on. Unfortunately, oh yeah, let's do this. Let me get you guys something here. We're gonna do this.
Sounds like RuneScape music.
It does.
Did Spotify change it so you don't have to have premium to select songs on a playlist?
No, you can, but when you're not like on the internet, you won't be able to do that on Spotify.
I know, but I feel like in the past Spotify was like, no, you can't do that.
I haven't.
Yeah,
do what?
they used to, but now
Yeah.
premium essentially just means you can download music from like anything.
Yeah, but it used to
and
not
then you
be
can
like
use
that.
it without like.
Spotify, you used to not be able to like click songs on a playlist. Just
Yeah, unless you have premium, you can't pick what you're listening
You
to.
can now.
Yeah.
Can't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I paying for premium?
Well, because you get to download like any amount of songs that then
Yeah,
you
you
can
get
listen
offline
to without data.
And no ads.
Yeah.
Who the fuck even pays for Spotify to begin with? Just get a fucking
$1
radio.
a month. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like if you're a student, it's literally $1.
And I just put that I was a student.
Yeah.
Just go into
You
your
know, I
parents'
grew
attic
up-
and grab a
It's
radio.
not really
Songs
You
are-
owe us $10.
Okay, so that's I think as much as you guys will need there. Lazarus, I'm gonna put you down here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna use, I don't know what the fuck that was. We're gonna use this as the
Marker.
Eye thing, or face.
Yeah, that eye thing,
Is it ghost face?
the face thing, yeah, that face thing. And
Ghost
then
Rider.
Everybody else back here, we had Anzuka, who was shooting from the back, he was on this side, I
Yep.
believe, and you were back here, because you did that, you had to get up in its face, you had to get up in its face. And,
Is it my turn or its turn?
this is our new initiative stuff. Before, we had perception checks, and now two of these skeletons start shambling up behind us. And you'll even notice jumping down into the ravine, three more skeletons.
Oh,
Shooting down there, they're all going to attack. These ones are going to attack you guys, and these ones are going to shoot through. They're actually over here. These ones were doing patrol, and they came around back this way.
There was a. I thought we didn't. I didn't even realize we passed a hall that we didn't check. How did they get behind us?
I mentioned there was an area, an alcove over to the front, and then there was two other places, but no one really wrote perception for those. I was just naming places off.
Whatever. This won't stop us. Won't stop me. Can't stop me now. Don't stop
First
me now.
one is Zuka, 10 plus 4 to hit, 19? No, 14.
Oh, I was gonna say 19.
Yeah, plus 4 is 19.
14 does not hit.
14 is not yet perfect. All right.
It's my new improved armor.
15 plus 4, a 19. Does that hit you?
What am I looking at? Armor count?
Yeah.
I have 18.
18. So just made it. It's going to bring its short sword down upon you for 3 damage. 3 piercing damage. Fine, you roll 1. On the d6.
Where is my health?
Should be
And
at
the ones that fell down
You
into
need to
the
be all
tunnel,
for your health.
they took all of their movement to make it just to about there, so they won't be able
Click on
to
this.
attack.
You can
Hold action.
minus.
Actually, yeah, no, there's,
And
they
then
can
you
still
just
attack. They're
click
gonna,
What did you just
Attack
say?
who though?
what's that?
3 damage.
9?
3 damage, yeah. They're gonna take out their short bows.
Oh, okay.
And first one's
What's the
coming-
minimum range on that short?
Short bows, minimum range is gonna be 80 to 320, so they're doing it, that's an advantage.
No,
So I'll roll 2.
there's no such thing as minimum range for a crossbow.
80
Short
to
bow.
320.
Oh, short bow.
Short bow, yeah.
80 is from 0 to 80 is short range.
Yes.
There's no disadvantage on that. You
On
only,
the-
you only
yeah.
roll disadvantage at long.
Oh, from when it's going
From
from
80
to
to
320?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Unless, of course, you're 5 feet away from somebody, at which point you
But
do
if it's
roll
a
with
long
disadvantage.
bow. if
No,
you're
this
too
one's
close,
about
it's
10 feet away. That
No,
one will be about
no,
10
That's
feet
just
away.
not how that
one's
works.
gonna be at a
If I'm
disadvantage.
standing right here with a longbow, can
So,
you even
first
fucking
one-
miss you?
That one misses you.
I can.
The arrow was coming towards you. That one misses.
If you
I
dodge
catch
that, that's
You catch
fine.
it.
Oh, wait, it has to
You
be
could-
big.
It's like
Oh, it has to be-
dexterity adds
okay.
to your armor.
Famior, one's coming at you.
How dare you?
Misses.
People
Lazarus,
better.
one's coming at you. Natural 1.
So he missed.
This one misses completely. Yeah, it actually backfires a little bit and springs out in front of the Chorpo in front of them. They have all taken their turns back to the top of the round.
I'm gonna shoot firebolt at the flying face thingy.
Fuck 'em up.
Do it.
Total 20 total.
That hits.
Okay, now 2d10.
2d10 fire damage, huh?
Is that?
Is that cacked? It looks a little cacked.
It looks capped. Oh,
Nope, I just rolled a 0.
which is a 10. Should I just reroll?
It's up to you. You feel guilty about it?
I do. 6. So 10 total damage.
10 total damage.
Yeah.
That was a firebolt, correct?
Yes.
So 10 fire damage.
To a flaming hit.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you send out the fire damage
Healing at 10
and
points.
it hits the skull, but nothing seems to happen. It looks like it just looks over at you and just stares. Blank-eyed flames coming out of its eye sockets. Is that your turn?
attention.
I would like to use a free action to just look at Lazarus.
I still got the bear mentality going on a little bit.
You'll just have to add it.
Sometimes I really just can't bear you, Lazarus.
Yes, I sent you an
Oh, yeah, you did. You're right. Okay.
It's all on WhatsApp.
Alright, fellas.
Now time to these jokes. There you are.
If only you was a bard.
As long as it's 6 seconds. What are we doing? What's the
I'm
plan?
ending my turn, yeah.
Oh, you're ending your turn? Okay, so that moves us on to the Flame Skull's turn. On his turn, he is going to use, he can't do attacks and spellcasting at the same.
Swimming pool time. Home run time. Asking ketchup or mustard or both time.
I wish he was. I wish he could attack and do this,
Wherever
but
your friends and family
uh,
gathered and say
yeah, feeling a little bit hurt, seeing the damage that was done to him previously, he's going to look up at Thamior
How dare you?
and do a multi-attack for a Fire Ray.
Fire
There's
Ray.
2 of those.
Oh.
One is a natural 18 and a natural 16, but these are plus 5 hits.
Natural 18 and natural 16 both plus 5. Okay, I'll just take that damage.
Okay, so that's 3d6 each.
36 each. God damn.
Might just have one hit.
And 10. You're coming next.
He keeps
10
rolling-
damage for the first one.
He keeps rolling this a little too well for me to cast shield and actually have it do something.
10 damage for the first one. Second one's 12 plus 5, 17. Second ray.
27.
27 points of damage as these radiant laser beams shoot out of both eyes directly into Thamior, and they just charge up and then slowly dissipate as the scorch marks are left on his chest.
Can I extinguish it?
Of course, yeah. With free action extinguish.
I can instantaneously extinguish small campfires at my.
As a reaction.
No, it's instantaneous.
It's gonna burn him, but no, I'm just kidding. Alrighty, that will unfortunately end his turn. Moving us on to Cleek, your turn.
Alright, Stickman. Or Spellman. I'm over to bonk you.
Stick man.
I'm rolling for my first bonk with my stick.
Okay,
24 to hit.
24 hits.
For my second stick. To smack him. Does a 13 hit.
13 is the AC.
Well, I was rolling into this and this is
Yeah.
fucking.
Oh, that's all over the place, yeah.
Alright, so for the first stick, I'll take it, so that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points of bludgeoning damage, okay.
For the second damage.
Oh god, okay, yeah, the flames start to just dwindle down a little bit after you whack the skull right inside of
I'm
those
gonna
flames.
use Savage Attack to reroll this and pick whichever number I want.
Okay,
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9 points of bludgeoning. How would you like to extinguish the flaming skull?
It has no anus.
Okay, no anus on this.
I look for an orifice, I shove it straight through its mouth.
As you smack through, you find the socket of one of the eyes and smack off a piece of its skull, and more flames start to blow out of it, and it just billows through as like some of this arcane energy is pillowing out of it. And you do find behind where the spine would connect to the base of the skull, a nice point to stab into, and it does break through, and you can see it pop out the top. The flames are extinguished.
Solid.
Well, good. Now you have a
That was
club.
badass.
You should have had a blue.
Now I'm moving over to this.
It blows up your face.
Now I'm moving over to the skeleton, Mike,
Yep.
and I'm going to make my unarmed strike against it, which is now a d6 for damage.
Okay.
I'm going to make my unarmed strike. And it's a scaly boy.
Okay.
Natural 19, so 25 to hit.
25 hits.
I'd be concerned if it didn't.
Yep.
He takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of damage. Okay.
What sorcery is
If this were
this?
XP based, Cat would have all the levels.
Yeah. That would be next. Should prestige by now.
Yeah, I'm doing milestones for everything. I kind of like that.
Well,
Alright.
I'm trying to, well, I want to do the milestones because I want to prevent us from trying to kill Steel constantly.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I need 3 XP. Yeah, I wanted to talk to him though.
Shoves him out.
Yeah, no, I want to kill him. Yeah, but I wanted to talk to him.
Just go slaughter
Yeah,
it
but
through
the
towns.
XP.
Why did you kill all these people? Needed 10 XP, bruh.
Sorry. Hey. A commoner's what, like 5? We're good. Alrighty.
With the stay in the forest, killing bug.
Blink, is that your turn?
Yes?
Alrighty, moving on to Unzuka.
Oh. Alright, then I am going to
Naked.
I'm gonna try to hit one of these skeletons that tried to snuck up behind me.
Alrighty.
Oops. Wow, that does not hit with my first attack.
You don't know.
Okay. Hold on.
Does a -6 hit?
Hold on.
7.
7.
7 does not.
Okay, 7 does not. And then I'm gonna try with my second attack.
Okay.
That's 24.
That hits.
That's
Alright,
So-
I guess that'll do.
1d4 plus 2 plus...
I guess I'll let you hit something for once, Justin.
No, it's a 1d6 plus 2
Yeah.
plus 2.
Yeah.
So 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Just-
Alrighty. We
Getting
got
better.
it. Got it. Yeah, buddy. Alright.
And then-
Marked.
For my bonus action,
Yep.
I'll use an unarmed strike.
You can.
I can't use 3 attacks.
No.
So you
Attack.
get 3 attacks during like your
No.
turn.
No.
Oh, sorry, 2 attacks during your turn.
Okay.
But if you use 2 weapon fighting,
Yep.
that would make it so you had 3. But you didn't specify that.
What?
He could attack, and then use his other attack to attack
No,
again.
if you use 2 full actions, you can make 4 attacks, which doesn't really make any sense.
Oh, with 2
So
attacks.
I
Oh,
can
yeah,
do
true.
maximum.
But he can only do those 2 attacks on one creature, 2 attacks, and if he wants, he could do it again, 2 attacks, or choose another 2 attacks.
Whoa.
He's cutting up his attacks, but there's 2 of them because of 2 weapon fighting. So technically 4 actual.
I have 2 attacks per action,
Yes.
plus 2
2
weapon
attack
fighting.
actions per turn.
So I have 2 attack actions per turn.
Yes. Which you have 2 weapon fighting, so you could technically you're making 2 attack rolls for 4 hits
Okay.
if you wanted to do that.
Got you.
Which is different than yours because you can go pop 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 pop. That's 1 attack, and then go.
No, I
pop,
can
pop,
only
pop,
hit
pop.
twice.
You can only hit twice,
I have
but
2
you have like,
attack actions.
but you can expend key points to do more actions.
Yes, but you're saying that he could essentially attack 4 times without any extra anything.
That's a nice one.
So you're telling me that he's a level 18 fighter?
He can attack, use his attack action,
To make
2 attacks.
Yeah.
And then he has another action because of his
My 2
class to do another one. He got that at 5th level. So gives you
yeah,
another
we're just saying the
attack.
max I can do is
Wait, is it
Taunts?
what did he get? Just extra attack?
Yeah.
No, that just means that with his attack action, he can make an additional attack. He
He's
doesn't get
got-
another
hold on,
action.
hold on. This is what he gets. He gets extra attack.
Yeah, everybody gets that. Well, just about
Yeah,
every
at fifth level, extra attack.
every
Yeah.
close combat class gets that.
Yes.
He doesn't get 4 attacks; he just gets 2.
But he has 2 weapon fighting. So it's if he rolls To hit,
If I have 2 attacks with 2 of them fighting, how
So
many
he
attacks?
could hit 3 times
he
total.
could hit 4 times total, essentially. Yes.
Mm,
Oh, no, 3, yes, because you're using his bonus action
Because he
for
could
2
hit
weapon
twice
fighting.
for the extra attack, and then use his bonus
Attack.
weapon.
Yes.
for the-
Extra attack.
Bonus
and then
action.
Bonus action.
Yes,
So 3.
for the 2 weapon fighting, so it's only 3, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So I use
that's what
my
you can do
attack.
next time if you want.
Okay.
Anyway,
Ending my turn.
ending your turn.
So Summerfield, there's skeletons behind us. The three over there.
Yep.
The 2 initial ones were destroyed, and the heads. Yes.
Face is no
The
longer.
head destroyed the 2 initial ones.
So me and this short ugly bug here
Yep.
Yep.
have these 2 behind.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's weak.
Sorry.
You're good.
Okay, remove my skills.
3 attacks.
There you go, sir. Yeah. As long as he takes, as long as the weapon he's holding is light, he gets 3.
I think they're
It
just
is.
Sickles. Yep.
Checks out.
I'll stop moving for.
Like you wouldn't be able to do that with a long sword.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Way too big.
Yeah, so if you
Short
wanted, you could also use
swords,
a
I
club.
figured out I'm proficient on
You could also use short swords to do this. You could also use scimitars to do this because they're light weapons as well.
What about like a mace?
Mace you
long
couldn't.
sword.
It's not a light weapon, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I slice that thing and it grows clouds.
We wondered what would happen if I summoned a pack weapon and just gave it to
Each of
you.
these spells.
We'd be like, alright, here's
Well, you
one
have
sword.
spell
Use
slots,
this.
so you can use them multiple times,
Maybe this
but just as many
magic
spell slots as you have for that level. So if you're casting it at
You can give me
second level, I think you
Yeah,
have
but it only lasts for a
4
minute.
second
If
level
it's,
spell
if it's
slots.
not being loaded by me, if it's
3
with
second
me
level spell
for
slots, yeah. So you
more
can
than-
choose any
and then
second
it
level
was-
spell.
If it's more than 5,
And
you
cast
cast
it
it
up to 3.
after
Up to
the
3 times.
first-
Any of those
So
second
if
level
I'm
spell
within
slots.
How many
5
times
feet,
can I
you
cast
can-
If we're, you know,
Any
back to back,
infinite amount of
sorry,
times.
Just
this-
cast
on each
it.
action.
Chill touch, I can touch chill touch again?
If you want to, yeah, you can do it this turn again. Absolutely, yeah, and it doesn't
Chill
have.
touch is a
what's the
cantrip, so it
name?
Yes.
doesn't take any spell.
So, yeah, I didn't know if it, I can only do it once a day or
If
something.
you-
No,
the ones that do
cantrips
spell
you can
slots,
have
it's
as
D10,
many
one
times
into
as you
D8.
want, that's why they scale, because
And,
you can run out of spell
I
slots,
think-
and you
I'd
only have a
I'd
spell
probably
that's
use
like
it.
1d4,
You're on
that's
deck,
why
by the
they
way,
scale.
once he's figured out his stuff, just to let you know.
Ooh.
So that just prevents sorcerers from ending up being useless
Throw it
after
over.
one battle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch it and use it for a minute.
I wouldn't rely on Daniel to throw anything. But no, but with a back weapon, I can even summon crossbows now. I can summon crossbows. I could stand next to him and be like, alright, quit sucking us that crossbow. Use a real crossbow. Yeah, I can summon a heavy crossbow and be like, alright, this one does D10. Use this.
Or
That would
can I
be
use-
too
can I
big.
use movement
Plus
to
a plus
back
one
up
to
and then
attacking
use my
damage.
chill
But the
touch?
problem is,
Yeah,
well, there are
But-
some problems.
if you were to try to back up because these guys were in melee with you, they would get an attack of opportunity because you're leaving their melee range. So they may get a swing on you. They can just try for it.
They make an
You-
attack action
yeah.
against you as their reaction.
You still move, you just incur that
If you
damage as
stay
you back
within
away.
combat range, so like you could go to like any square around them, but as soon as you leave the 5 feet, it's an attack of opportunity, unless it's a creature that has like 10-foot range.
Yeah. Then you can move back, you know, a
Would
little
you
bit.
actually
like a
back
wall
up to
arm.
do chill touch?
No, it's a ranged attack. A lot of my attacks are ranged. So.
You just want to get out into open space.
Yeah.
Well, as a spellcaster, you shouldn't ever be in direct combat, but if you could
Speak for yourself.
essentially,
Not your kind of
but if you could
caster.
kill the skeleton in front of you, you can leave because the other one's in direct combat with Justin instead.
True. How do I know which one's weak? Justin's the one in
Mine's-
front of him, right?
Yeah, I hit the one that was closer to me.
That's all you saw. The other one hasn't been touched as far as you've seen. Which that is something to note too, like, you know, because you know the monster manual like the back of your hand. Some monsters don't just start out with like the maximum hit points. Like you can
You
roll
can
for
roll
it,
for him,
or
or
you
you can
can
just take the stat the like basis of it.
yeah, or you could make it higher to like if there's more people in the party, you need to buff up the monster, or make it lower.
Yeah. Doesn't get taken out by a single person.
I'm just gonna do. I'm
But
gonna back up.
that's really shitty. Like,
Solo
Risk it,
bossing.
and use chill touch.
all right, he's gonna get that attack of opportunity. 16 plus 4, so that's a 19 total. I think
16
that-
plus 4.
Yeah.
That's 20.
20, like 20 total. My math is wrong.
18. So
Okay.
it's looking rough out here.
All right. 1d6 plus 2. 4 points of piercing damage.
And
Alright.
I hit him with chill touch. Or
You okay?
hopefully I hit him with chill touch.
Yep. He's was this saving throw? Yeah. Or you just hit him? Yeah, you re-roll to hit that one, yeah.
19.
19
Plus-
hits? Natural 19 will hit.
19. And then I roll 2d8s.
Wow.
8 and 7.
Oh,
That's
goddamn.
15! That same energy streaks out towards the skeleton, wrapping it completely, and as it does, it just crumples down into bones before you. Took care of
I
that.
should have just hit it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, you know, pretty good. Alrighty, here we are. Your turn. Unless you got
And my
a little bit more
shields.
movement you can do. Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna go back up cleat. Back up, dancer. Hold me closer kind of dancer. Actually, on my way over, I'm gonna. Oh no, I guess not. Never mind. On my way, I'm just gonna walk over and stick the stick out of this fucking skeleton.
Alrighty, let's see it happen.
Stick down on it. Is it 10 a hit?
10 does not hit.
Balls. How about 19?
Let's do that. I'm sorry. 19 hits.
Really? 8 points of stick damage.
8 points of stick damage on the one in front of you.
Yep.
Oh, actually, no, that's different.
Oh, I never rolled any of my full damage on this thing. Oh, the flame storm wouldn't matter. Never mind. Well, yeah, no, never mind. You know what,
Okay,
never
as you
mind.
do, you bring your stick down, and you can see its left arm is in the way. It tried to block, and it completely gets cut off from here. No longer in use of its left hand,
My stick.
doing that damage to it.
Does magic damage do like magic damage?
Well, that's okay.
So my stick does X amount of bludgeoning
That's my
damage.
turn.
Split damage. So you
Okay.
get
And then X
physical.
amount
At the end of your
magic
turn, it brings us
damage.
back to these skeletons' turns. Onzuka, one is going to incur its wrath upon you.
It's gonna try.
15 plus 4 to hit, 19?
Fuck, yeah, it does.
19 hits, okay, I'll roll for that sweet damage. Alright, that's 5 points of piercing damage as it brings its short sword down upon you. Same goes for you, Cleet. This one, actually, are you flying?
No.
It's in the ravine. Are you in the ravine or were you
Yeah,
up
I've
on
been
the
with
ledge?
it.
Alright, so it's gonna attack you. Nope, that one doesn't make it. This one's gonna take half its movement to try and get around here and just get on the edge to you, Lazarus, and go for you. This one fails. Themior, same for you. 14 to hit.
Well, that would be my armor class if I didn't cast shield as my reaction. My armor class is now 19. Fuck you, scared boy.
Alrighty, and as that happens, it just glances off the shield. It was gonna do 7 points of damage to you.
Can touch this.
Okay, moving on. We
I have so
Lazarus.
many casts of shield now. Thanks to
I'm
this glass
going
staff.
to.
Oh,
Look at this bitch boy.
Oh!
I get 6 casts of shield per day.
As long as you use them on your reaction.
I'm gonna look at that bitch boy.
You're free.
Then I'm going to
It only
cast
lasts the one attack.
It lasts until the start of my next turn.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
What do you do?
Frostbite.
15.
Does not make it.
Oh,
It's a 17.
Damn. DC 17?
Yeah. So he takes 2d6.
But it's a skeleton, so 2d6. Let's go.
Drop. 5 points.
5 points. Alright, and with that, the icy chill wraps around the skeleton, freezing it.
Oh, and it has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll.
It's not going to make an extra attack
Oh,
roll.
okay.
It's
Okay.
frozen.
Alright, everyone, chill.
It's frozen.
So this one's outie?
Yeah.
Allow me to breath the ice.
Alrighty.
Can I use my bonus action to punch the frozen skeleton and shatter it?
I'll say why not, yeah. you punch out, it shatters into a million pieces. Alright, it would have been Flame Stuff's turn, but it's done. Click, your turn.
Spark, skeleton right in front of me.
Got it.
First weapon strike. Does a 14 hit.
14 hits.
Let's go. Where's my gear?
Coggers in chat.
Poggers.
Yes, but it's TV mode. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna
do.
use my savage attack to reroll. I got another one.
I'm gonna use the savage attack to get fucked.
You take
10 total points of damage. Whop, whop, it falls down into different pieces and completely just falls
That's
apart.
one
It can't
attack.
hold. It can't hold its energy anymore.
It's one attack. So this skeleton
It can't sustain itself. Yeah, it can't
Go to
sustain
the
itself.
other skeleton.
Okay.
I try to smack it with the stick
And here we
again.
go.
Oh, yeah,
Monk
go for the
style.
one I weakened.
Cartwheels over to the other.
Just skills.
23 to hit.
Hits.
Jesus.
And I need to find some different music.
Takes 9 points of damage.
This one again, stick. You smash its skull straight down through its spine as it completely disconnects.
I thought you said it would be a good idea for me to kill things with a stick.
I'm showing you how it's done.
Yeah, you did say that before you left.
Are you gonna come steal my kill tip?
She wants to wrap stuff up.
So with my 40
Jesus.
feet of movement,
Oh god.
I can get all the way up to this last skeleton. And I'm gonna go to make an unarmed strike against it.
Oh Jesus.
Load it.
It's probably gonna be enough too.
24 to hit. I'm rolling all.
All ones.
Yeah.
All right. What is the total?
It takes
then?
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's already been weakened.
Weakened, diminished.
Did you kill it?
Yeah, you did. God damn it! All right.
Justin's face.
And with that, you see Cleek with ferocity and speed that you may have not seen out of her. Takes out the first skeleton, looks over with her quarter staff, slides that one down, and slips into it,
Just staying in his
and
blade.
flies
Yeah.
and speeds towards the other one in front of you on Zuka and slaps it right down before your
Dragon Ball
eyes,
Z character.
ending this round of combat for all.
I'm gonna drink a potion.
Go right ahead. You guys are out of combat at this time?
I can
Can we do
alter.
actions?
Yes, you can do free actions, you can heal yourself.
I can alter.
Just make sure that
Can
the
I
spell
roll?
slots that you do.
I can
I gave him
alter a-
potions.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he has one.
Oh.
Okay. What is this? Oh, I don't need it.
Shit.
Hold up. Well, no, you just hold on to it because we all have potions.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Can I roll a perception for loot? Or
You can make a,
Sucks ass.
you can make a check to see what's inside of this room.
Do I have any holy water left?
I remember you do have holy water left from before. You only used a little bit. You have a small vial left if you'd like to
I
use it.
take my fingers in the holy water and I start sprinkling them on all of the bones.
The skeletons
Yeah, and the flaming skull.
and the flaming skull. Okay.
I got an 18 for perception.
19 for perception. You don't find
Me
What-
and Shane use potions. So
you don't find what you would consider like any type of valuable loot. It looks like whatever was in this area had already been
Damage, what is that?
removed.
I'm
But you do
still-
find like simple miners.
I'm just
tools,
over half
pickaxes,
now.
and stuff like
See, if I
that.
wasn't
On
in there, I would
palms.
have gotten hit.
Other than that,
I only
nothing-
took
Just
nothing
forge
else.
equipment.
Like,
yeah.
Kind of
10 points over. the-
So,
I only took 26 points. It's fine.
Wow.
Put me just below half.
I use
Slow
my amulet
spellcasters.
once I once got two, put
Yep.
2 health points back.
Do not get my dexterity up.
So you guys see, still trying to get the name.
Terrace.
Alteros hold up his hand and you see what looks like this symbol inside of his hand. And he holds it up and it radiates with this blue energy. And yeah, you are here.
What? Okay. Me next.
What kind of sorcery is this?
And you see the energy kind of flow into him a little bit and then it
What kind of
subsides.
magic are you using?
Seems like somebody.
Amulet here.
Oh, you have an amulet.
Heals me a couple times. You know?
Okay.
Also, whoever's wearing it always knows the direction to the nearest drink.
So then you just drink?
I'm here, over here, and enjoy that. Anywhere you
Wait,
are.
aren't we all holding healing potions? Those are drinks.
No, nearest alcoholic beverage.
Now that your phase
Don't
of
you
combat
carry
has
alcohol?
ended, you have a couple of options. You could
Get naked.
get naked.
Always.
You could follow the cavern north, which leads about 60 feet in front of you and then takes a left. You could go directly left to a small 30-foot hallway, or which is on the other side of this, just leading this way. Or you could go down here to the right passage.
Split. Walk 5 minutes down each passage, then come back.
That's
Don't
a
engage in.
terrible idea.
Alright.
We all fall through individual
Split the
chapels.
party! split the party.
Let's just go ahead and break rule number 1 of D&D. Don't split the party. Fucking split the party.
We'll cover more
Well,
ground.
Encounter Black Spider 2, Electric Boogaloo. This time immune to paralyzed.
With the hand of Vecna and the eye of Vecna.
He is not. Oh shit.
Left hand, is coming at you. Alright, what do you guys would like to do? You have 3 passages you can take, 3 routes. Actually, technically 4 routes. There is another tunnel that leads, that cavern, the little trench system does lead off to the right. And you all would hear the same booming sounds. Unfamiliar to you, this maybe your first time hearing it, but you did hear it getting closer and closer, but they've all heard the same wave crashing sound off in the distance, but it does seem louder here in this part of the cave mining system.
I thought we could go down this tunnel.
Just to,
Coin. It's parallel to the path that we came from, so why not?
Alright, I'm down. Yeah.
Is that the
Wait,
choice?
did
I
we come
second
from
that
here? I thought
choice.
we came from here.
We came from there,
So it's
but I'm
perpendicular.
saying here.
That's perpendicular. We came this way. It's parallel that way.
Oh, well, yeah, movement.
Perpendicular.
Movement that way.
You
is-
know,
yeah.
whatever, close by.
Would you guys like to take that route? It's all up to you. But group decision.
These was my idea, I like it.
Alright. Damien, you start to head over there? Do you start to head towards that entrance?
I'm not going alone.
I'll follow baby.
Yeah, I'll go.
Alright, so you guys start to walk over. And as you do, a faint glow. Let me turn on this music. A faint glow starts to emanate this odd shimmer in the air, and it flickers and flashes a humanoid shape, and it becomes full into detail at this moment. And it's a dwarven man standing, about an average dwarf height, shorter for some of you. And he's in what looks like these long robes, hair tied back, and he says to you, "Hello! Welcome to the mine of Phandalin, where we have lovely bits of things for you to enjoy. Here, if you'll follow me," and he starts to walk down the hallway.
Let's follow.
All of that.
I'm down to following.
Follow?
It looks like he's about to give us the main tour.
You hear the voice start to trail off, and you can't hear it anymore as it goes down the hallway. So, "As you follow me."
Yeah, let's go.
Well, if he's going, I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't know what Cleek is doing.
And
We're gonna follow the guy that just appeared in front of us.
It was like
He
seemed like a
seemed cheery
flickering
enough.
bright image, and then
Seemed
it
nice and all, but
sparked up.
there was dead bodies from 200
There's
years.
dead bodies
Can I roll
everywhere.
Exactly.
No.
Make it
I'm
a
gonna cast detect
insight.
magic and see if I can tell if it's a
Somebody
magic.
roll.
roll a perception to save them.
Sure.
No one.
Alright, I say we follow. I'm down to
Magic.
follow him, but I'm ready
So are
to
you
kill
following?
him. Yeah, I'm ready to kill him though.
Fuck it, I'm gonna try to roll detect magic.
I did.
Or not detect magic, arcana.
Arcana check, yeah.
Allow Thamior to do something that he doesn't understand.
I
20!
Yeah,
You did very well.
is emanating a lot of magical energy. This seems to be
Well, I mean, it's obviously magic.
yeah, an illusion type spell. Yeah. And as you guys follow it down this figure down the hallway, it says it actually looks like it was waiting for you, and it's sitting there. Ah, yes. And as you follow me through here, you'll find the Forge of Spells. And as you follow him down this 10-foot hallway, you come across what looks like this giant obsidian block, or like it's just completely black. And there's these 2 double doors in front of you. And he says, "Luckily, the doors have been open to the forge for some time. If you look inside, you'll see our mages working hard inside to create these magical weapons for everyone
Do we see
here
a
to
mage
enjoy."
inside?
Huh?
Do we see a mage?
The doors are closed.
Oh,
Yeah. And as you walk past the doors, he says, "And if you'll follow me down here to the mages," and it stops, and the image just stops.
Well, this appears to be a programmed illusion. Seeing
Can I
as it's able
inspect
to
the
emanate
doors?
both noise and sound.
Yes, if you'll just give me a moment, you can.
You said there was like a black obsidian block.
It looked like the walls of this, like as you come up to this structure, it's like a separate building that's been constructed inside of this cave, this mined area, and it looks like it's like completely black, but it looks like these graphite streaks going in.
Do you still have that bottle?
Yes, there are these 2 double doors right in front of you, and I just have to open this one thing up.
He should have that bottle of the drink. You know, the one.
Bottle of drink.
Yeah, give him Charlie whiskey.
Excellent.
Alright.
Excellent.
I'm gonna take the shot and ask for another. Please, Bill, may I have
yes.
another?
So, as you approach these doors, you actually see you see the dividing dot in both of these doors, and on both of the doors, on both sides, is a giant humanoid face. And as you approach, it's looking very jittery and just kind of looking around, very nervous. What do you guys like to do?
So it's moving.
It's moving, yeah, and it sees you. It looks over. It's like, wait, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing here?
Knowledge Arcana!
Wait, the door has a face?
The door is talking to you, and it has a face.
Whoa.
There's a line going through where you can see that both doors can open up, and there's even like handles right there on both sides of its face. It's like, what are you guys doing here?
That's obviously magical. Knowledge Arcana!
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Are you trapped inside of the door?
11.
11. You've heard of sentient doors before, but you've never seen one. You've just read about them or heard about them, and like just off talk, but you're not sure exactly what's going on here.
Okay, now
Why are you guys here? Why are you guys here? I
now
don't.
can I cast Detect Magic to see if it's being controlled by something? And then I would also learn that school.
It's a living
or
door.
That school of magic.
Sure.
I think it's a living door.
I think that's probably transmutation school.
Can I roll Arcana to
Yeah.
see if I can learn more than Thalmir?
For
I
the
try to
duration,
open
you
the
sense
door.
the
Who
presence
the
of
fuck
magic.
is Thalmir?
You know where it is?
I don't know.
You
What
try
is
to
the name?
you try to go up to the
Thingy
doors.
Yeah.
You know what? No.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
These are magical. These are magical doors.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite obvious.
But is it being controlled by, like, what's the school of magic?
It'd be an abjuration.
Auguration?
Yeah. I
Abjuration.
think so.
That's protecting,
Nope,
banishing.
then that's not it. I don't know my school's magic.
Blocking. I think it's probably going to be either an enchantment
It'd be an
or a transmutation.
it'd be an enchantment.
But isn't it blocking the way?
We don't know if he's blocking the way, but
If I cast
Can I
a
ask him what's on
spell
the other
the
side of
door,
it?
Does that make
Yes,
it
stop. Hey, you want to
abjuration
get? Hey,
spell?
come here.
I keep my distance.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Fucking anybody else listen to you? Who followed you in here?
I mean, the whole gang is here.
What whole
Gang's
gang?
already
The whole gang?
here.
Who's the whole gang?
You know, Scooby and the crew.
There's Scooby's here?
No, this is good. No, all of my friends are here. We've been exploring this mine, and we're wondering what's
Do you think?
deeper into this.
Yeah, you get stuff. Yeah, you give me some stuff.
Yeah, we got stuff.
Cool, man. Yeah,
You want some of the stuff?
Yeah. What do you got?
What kind of stuff?
Well, with
do
the
you want?
bottle of whiskey in my hand from giving
This is very-
Thalmir a drink, I start pouring whiskey in the door.
He looks over. He's like, oh, no, I want some hard stuff. You got some hard stuff.
I pee in
Oh, he likes that.
No! Come on. Do you?
How the gang did not
Do
get
you?
into the room.
Hey, I just need something to take the edge off.
I start pouring whiskey.
I need something to take the edge
I
off.
pour whiskey in the door.
Oh, that's good, but something a little stronger, if you know what I mean. Just something to help.
Give me some coke.
wait, that goblet we
Oh,
Yeah, what?
we found some goblins.
No, bro. Yeah, come on. Yo, spark me up, bro.
Actually,
Spark me up, I'll
Here.
shit!
Yeah,
you guys can make
yeah.
fire too.
You gotta hold it up in my face, bro. Come on. I'm just a face on a door, dude. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. He takes it in. Oh yeah! Blows it out, and as he does, the doors crack open slightly. Not enough to let any light out or in, but they just, you can see that
Would you like it?
whatever has happened, now the face has gone innate and dormant, and the doors slightly open.
Can I go up to the door and try to...
Oh, shit.
Was this what was blocking the black spider this whole time?
Just a dumb fucking door.
They just couldn't get past it. Nobody had dwarf lead.
Nobody make a strength check to try to push the door open.
I would like to roll. I would like to use the help action.
Yes, you can make a strength check to see
I
if
will
you can-
push on him as he pushes on the door.
Should I roll an advantage? No.
Yeah, it's a help action. This is an ability check. Help action applies to ability
Yeah.
checks.
If you're helping, sure.
Wouldn't you just Like, couldn't we all health check?
I was gonna say, what if we kind of just?
Well, you can
put
only
our
get 8
hands-
from one person, so it's not like it's going to be
14.
14. You try to push, but it's just not enough to get the doors open.
Oh,
But
God.
wouldn't you just have someone health check on any action that isn't happening in battle?
Yeah,
See,
that's just a smart thing to do.
okay.
But I think that we could all just, probably combine our strength instead of helping one guy push. We could all just push.
Yeah, I look at everybody else, I'm like, well, this is too heavy for just me to push, especially since I only weigh 120
Can I
pounds.
make an athletics check? Push a little?
Really a strength check, but I can swing that. Yeah. Let's see what you got.
She's gonna throw herself at the door.
Yeah, body check.
Breaks her arm.
She
Flying
hits
full
one
speed.
door, but the force of one door closing rockets the other one open.
24.
24 is enough to pull the doors open.
She pushes the door.
As you open this up, this is actually a very large workshop, and you are the first immediate sight that you were greeted by. The first thing that throws up into your eyes is this giant
Minotaur.
crystal-looking forge, does not seem to be active at the time, but it is made of this crystalline structure, and it has what looks to be some kind of gate opening to it, about 3 feet tall. It looks very large. Around the room, you notice that there's different benches and different cubbies put away for things, different racks which look like they held specific potions in them as well. You also see a small green creature with these 4 long protruding tendrils. Sorry, two protruding tendrils. And you opened up the door to your right. You see an even larger one with 4 of these protruding tendrils. This one singular and gaping open mouth looks to you with its tongue lashing along.
I mean,
Hello.
I close the door.
Okay, you close the door. Okay. You close the door, and as you close the door, the face reanimates. Hey guys, you got more stuff for me?
Good one.
Smoke our entire stash.
You have 2 hits left with that, by the way. You had 3 from before.
Do we want to go in there with those tentacle things, or do we?
Why did you shut the door?
Can I roll?
There's a big
Can
one and
I
a
roll
small
a
one.
history check to see if maybe at some point I heard a story about things like this?
Did you
Yeah.
see the creature?
No.
I want to explain the creature is, but I want to know if I know what it is.
Like as a person or as a character? Okay.
Well, I know what it is.
You can make a nature check to see what this is. Or history, I'll give you whatever is higher, since I saw that too. You may have read of it, or you may know of it naturally.
Well, it's a 13 either way.
You've heard tales of creatures that have been made from wizards to use as like a type of protection. You're not sure what that was. Might have been
Explain
kind
it
of
to me. What
familiar,
did you
but that's
see?
about it.
And explain what I saw.
She describes a small, one-eyed creature with a gaping mouth with 2 eye stalks that she saw, and another with 4. Very larger, sharp rows of teeth with a tongue that just lashes out slime and spittle all over its
Can I
face.
make a history check to see if I
You-
would have read about it?
You can.
Let's see if druids ever heard about this thing. I got a natural 20.
24 total.
Fucking druids. So besides the information you would have gained the information that they are creatures that are used for protection. The name isn't placed by you, Thamior, but you're like, but something, and you start with you think beholder, but you're like, no. This might be a spectator, not so many eye stalks. So the smaller ones, you're like, oh.
What do you know of it?
What do you know of it? They're used for protection. You know that each ray may do a different type of ability.
And it had eyes, multiple eyes.
Multiple eyes, yeah. Well, they each had a singular eye on the body, but then it had the stalks that also had eyes.
These creatures are normally used for protection, so they're definitely protecting something.
Well, the only stories that I have heard are that these are just the sort of things that you find at the end of a horrible, terrible place that you really don't want to go.
But if you do go and you kill them, you end up with amazing stuff. So let's prepare and then kill them.
Well, I've never heard anything like that. Usually the druids would end the stories right then and there.
It's because their ancestors died.
Yeah. I say we go and destroy these things.
I say we prep up and punish.
Prep and punish.
Let's do it.
Prep and punish. The 2D, the 2 Ps of
P2P.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So, you have the door that is back animated. Actually, I have a stick. That is not, you don't see the same door there. This one,
It's too good.
sorry, I meant to roll for it, not that. This is actually different. It's not a human face. It's actually a halfling's face, and it has a small gift in its mouth. It looks like when the door is closed, and the halfling face, and it's got a little bar of chocolate sitting in its mouth. It's just holding its halfling face out.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what chocolate is.
It's bait.
It's a brown bar that looks like cubes have been divided into it, so it can easily be broken up into smaller segments.
Take some chocolate.
You take it out. Ooh, thank you. Eat my chocolate. I'll open for you.
Sus.
I still have detect magic. I want to see if that
I'll take a
chocolate bar
Yes.
has magic.
I'm eating it.
Anybody who's eating the chocolate, anyone who eats the chocolate, please make a Constitution saving throw.
It's fine. I knew it was
It's not
coming.
chocolate.
Anyone who's eating the chocolate,
Fucking 21.
you manage to hold it down, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. You keep it down. He says, "Oh, good. Thank you for enjoying my chocolate." And at that moment, the face goes dormant, and the door slide open again, and you hear, "Hello? Did you want to come in?"
I rush in without
There's
thinking.
somebody in there.
Okay, the doors swing open, and you rush without thinking, and before you see this eye and the mouth and everything, he's looking at you. "Hey, you need something?
The hell are you?
I'm supposed to protect this place, so you don't look like from around here, do you?
I'm cool.
Hey guys, we got in trouble here."
Hey, I'm no trouble.
And when he says
I
that
just met with the guy, the dwarf. He led me here. It's cool, man.
"Oh, who are you with?
The really
dwarf
peppy,
lady?"
the really peppy guy, super happy. Just let us right
Oh,
down.
he's just a guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
sweet.
I'm gonna come in.
Make a charisma.
I am terrified.
Roll for deception. Make a deception roll.
We did deceive him. He told the truth.
Kind of, but or persuasion. Deception or persuasion, we'll say. I'll give you one or the other, because you're not really deceiving him, but
But you're trying to
he doesn't believe
Perception
you.
or
Persuasion. Yeah, whichever one's higher that you would prefer.
So I added to this.
Yeah, you added to that.
9.
A 9.
Yeah, that's rough.
I don't know, man. You look kind of trouble, dude.
I'm gonna-
Who's all your friends out there?
I'm gonna
Hey, man,
I'm gonna come in after him
Yeah,
because
come talk to
splitting
him.
up is not super great. And do I hear any of this conversation?
You would have heard it.
I'm gonna tap my boy over here on the shoulder and say,
I can't get you in if you're not with somebody. I'm gonna have to kill you if that's okay now.
Nah, I got homies. They're on their way in. Don't worry. Hang on. You can talk to us all.
I'm
We
gonna,
got like a 1 minute time limit for this stuff because obviously we're here to protect the place and this is kind of fishy.
I'm gonna,
Me and Thamir are walking.
I'm
Shit,
coming
you
in.
can- You can come in.
Oh, hi guys. You said you were coming with friends. Yeah, we got about 45 seconds before my
I
buddies
run
here kind of unload on your asses. So
There is absolutely no need for this. I understand that there might be some confusion going on right now. It's
Yeah, sure. You came with a dwarf guy. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, it's nice to meet you as well. Yes, I'm very sorry if there's been any confusion.
It's Terry.
you know,
And that's Fred.
we've just been coming on
Rick.
through, and we met that nice door, and we had a good chat, and eventually he let us in. We got some chocolate if you wouldn't mind. You know, the door also gave us some of this.
Nah,
if
I
you wouldn't
don't
mind
need
that.
chocolate. I make my own food, and as he does that, he and a pile of just like looks like brown sludge. And it's my favorite.
It's a good drink.
Yeah. So yeah, about this. So are you guys here to? What are you guys here for? Because we're not supposed to let anybody in, but you guys seem really nice so far. So we're just trying to
Let
figure
me
out
ask
what's
you
going on.
something. Well, who told you not to let anybody in?
Oh, that would be Archmaster LaFord.
Archmaster LaFord.
Yeah.
Well, when was the last time you heard from Mr. LaFord?
Mm, been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, how long of his? Well, let's say if he asks you to guard this room, and you do, at what point do you stop gunning?
Never, man.
You never stop gunning the room.
Nope.
What happens if you die?
I can just come back.
What is it that you are guarding in this room?
Oh well, I can't tell you that one because it doesn't seem like you know what's going on here.
Oh,
So
wait, hold on a
Oh, I
moment.
was just
Hold on a moment.
curious.
Well, you say that we're not allowed to be in here, correct? If we're not allowed to be in here, then how is it the door let us in?
well, the door is the safety. You asked a lot of questions. I don't think you with the
I believe-
banners, are you?
Well, I believe that if
Nah,
if
you're
we've
not with
been
the
allowed
banners. Hey
in-
guys, we gotta go.
If we've been allowed in, then then
Oh,
we're
for
allowed to
instance.
be here.
He failed the first talk, and you guys
Damn
trying to
it!
persuade him anymore. Unless you want to make one last persuasion.
I want to make the persuasion check
One
because
last
I have
persuasion
him
check.
backing me up.
One last
And this is
persuasion check. He hasn't said anything,
All
so I
the
won't-
beans. But I have him backing me up. I literally, when I walked in, I said, back me up on this.
Oh, my phone died.
Back me. Well, he hasn't done anything to back you up.
We're,
Damn it, man.
We're just
All right, that's enough for
explorers.
Yeah, do you actually want to roll for advantage? Yes or no?
I'll say you can roll for advantage.
Okay.
I'll be okay with that.
Shit. 18.
Shit, 18.
All right, man. If you say we're cool, then I guess we'll just get out of your hair.
We'll just take it with the crap.
Yeah. We're all
really
set.
just
Then?
here for the knowledge of knowing about this place. We're not
Yeah.
trying to take it.
So it's cool. Like we can go take a 5 or something.
Yeah, man,
We'll come. We'll come back.
We'll watch the place for you.
All right, dude.
Ain't nobody getting
So
past
the
us.
spectator floats by with its two little
Or
guider minions, and they head up. Good job.
Alright, so we start vigorously searching the room.
Indeed and truly.
You vigorously search the room. You find amongst the room, you do find a few more healing potions. You find 3 healing potions.
20 total perception. I'll get everything.
Same.
You find 3 healing potions in this room. Use for those.
Give me the healing.
Wow, so you talking your way out with some spectator fight.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Now, I have to do this part here. Check and see. Oh.
I was ready to fight him too.
With your 20 perception as you search across the room, you do find 2 pieces of magical weaponry that may have been lost back here. You find this.
What I was looking.
Oh, there's another one.
What is it?
Hold on, I'll give it to you. And you find this. Those are what you found. Chief Reed. So that is a mace and a breastplate. Both of them have a symbol of this. It's brass and silver with a depiction of a dragon on the breastplate, and the mace, the head of it is actually a dragon with horns that are around it.
Well, I'm not really one much for lying, so should we tell them that we actually found these? If they were actually lost?
No.
Can I roll like a
I put him in the
history
bag.
check on
Yeah.
them per se?
On the
Yeah,
weapons
that's the
itself?
thing with the-
Yeah, sure. You could roll a history check on them to see if you
No,
I didn't find
about
out.
him.
Yeah.
You said dragon. Huh?
Mike, I put him in the back of the holding.
going back home. Okay.
Is this place neat and orderly?
It looks like from perception lines. Well, just looking around, you would see that it does look like whoever was in here left in a rush. But that's all you find inside this room is the breastplate, the mace. No coin left behind, a few empty vials and baubles, but you do see the forge, the innate forge, crystalline forge next
Justin,
to
what's
you.
your AC?
And
What's your dex mod?
that's really it. No one has checked out the forge yet, or
zero.
but as far as the room, nothing else in the room.
Where
No one has checked out the forge
Yeah,
yet.
armor class is 14, minus 1.
Can I roll
13.
a history
Okay,
check
mine's 0.
on the things he found?
Zero.
Or do I have to
You-
like ask him?
Well, you could just roll a history check on them after observing them. You saw him pick them up. You could. You got 11 total. Nothing really coming to mind.
I got that other
Unfortunately.
one
It's in the bag holding it.
Alrighty. Cleek, make a perception check.
Anybody want a lightsaber mace?
Yes.
14.
Good to know.
I'm not completely oblivious.
Not completely oblivious. You. No, you wouldn't even notice them. Sorry.
Can I inspect the forge?
You may. How would you like to take a look at it? What are you looking for? Like you. Okay, so just imagine you're in the room. This crystalline forge is ready. What would you look for on the forge? It's completely dormant at this time.
Like I would walk around it, inspect it with my eyes, feel it, maybe see if there are like ruins or magical energy or
Make an investigation check. And anyone, if anybody else want to help him with this, you can do it with advantage or you can make their own separate.
What are you looking for?
He's looking around the forge right now.
inspecting.
Yeah.
I'll inspect them.
Yeah.
raw materials.
I still have detect magic.
You want to cast detect magic?
But I still have it. Because it's like
Concentration.
Oh,
it's
okay.
10 minutes.
Alrighty.
And we have
Yeah, it would just be starting to peter off, but at this point you do,
I want to look at the forge and
like before, you see the outline around the forge and it goes down into the ground where it looks like it bulbs out.
I got a
Like you're
15.
looking through the floor.
I got a 15 inspecting the forge.
15? 15. Okay, 13, 15. You somehow missed this, but you, as you're going through, maybe you caught it before him, but you notice on a very, very left-hand side, there's a small little opening with a flap.
Can I look to
It's like a cover.
I like the flap.
You lift it open,
Yep.
and there's this red glowing coming out of this hole. This faint red glow coming out of this, like, long oval hole.
Can I stick my hand in the hole?
It's not big enough for your hand to go in. It's probably about maybe this big.
To stick it down.
Yeah. And as you look around the other side, same little flap on that side as well. And in the center of it, right just on the base, there's another one.
Are the flaps colored?
They're covered.
Are they colored?
They're covered. You don't. It just
Are
looks
they
like a crystalline.
colored?
Not right now. There's a crystal cover on top of them.
Open up.
You can open them.
Insert key.
Did the spectre leave the room?
Yeah, they left. They went on break. You don't know when they'll be back, but they're gone.
What does the inside of the door look like?
It looks like a regular wooden door, actually. It looks like it's red, and the cross beams, the metal of the cross beams is just blue. And you notice that the door handles themselves are black.
So anyway, we can put a board through it.
Oh, like support it? Yeah, you can put it through the circle bars. You can put a board,
Yeah.
something through there.
Arcane lock on it.
Or you could do that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
wouldn't that just make it harder to open?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he could dispel it.
Yeah, but it's a lock. I mean, a beholder may have a way to open it. But
I'll read it.
sure, go right ahead while
I
you're doing
breaks
that.
the door and then I
Yeah.
start sticking the keys in the flaps.
All right, so you open up the left flap where the red light is coming out of, and which key would you like to put in there?
The iron key.
Which iron key?
I have an iron key, a sapphire key, and a jade key.
Okay, you want to put the iron key inside the red glowing
Yeah.
hole. Okay, so you put it in. What about the other ones?
Next flap, I stick a key
Okay,
in.
you open up that flap, and it's glowing blue.
I stick the sapphire key in.
Okay, the next flap, you open it up, and that one's glowing this weird black energy.
I stick
Almost
the green
light.
one in.
Stick the green one in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
I take the green one out and I swap the iron and the green key.
Okay, so you swap them. So now you have a black key, an iron key in a black hole, a green and a green, and a red and a red.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nothing happens.
when I cast Arcane Lock, me and anyone I designate can get through it with no issue.
But everybody else
But
cannot.
anyone else can. Yeah.
Okay. So you cast Arcane Lock on both.
Is there anything else to note about this forge other than the stupid flaps?
Yeah, make a investigation check.
I will make an investigation check too.
Or if you'd like, there's also different types of checks you could do to like see if it's magical. Another arcana check. You don't have to do.
I'm just
type of
looking for
inspection.
general
I'll do
features.
Just general features. Then yes, for yours.
I'll do an arcana check.
Okay.
8.
8.
24 for
Uh,
arcana check.
You do notice that on in between each of those flaps that Cleek opened up, there's like little slots next to them. And what did you roll for your Arcana?
24.
24 for your Arcana. You're looking around and you're trying to think like, all right. So this is a forge. And there's keys. There's some slots. You're trying to think about. You know, maybe there's some way of like priming it, like getting it started back up again. Maybe you got to do something. Maybe you got to do something to get it back going.
I go up to the forge. I'm going to open one of the flaps,
Mm-hmm.
take the key out, give it back to Cleve.
Okay.
When the flaps open, is though it goes in.
Yeah, it looks like a completely hammered metal box inside. And if you look further down, because you can see with dark vision, you look further down in, and it looks like there's little holes in the back, like a grate almost, a very crude grate in each one.
I'm going to put my hand against the hole and shoot a fireball down it.
Nothing happens. It goes in, but nothing happens.
Can I light a small campfire in the forge?
Sure. Inside it?
Yeah.
Sure. There's like a little bit of a finer mesh grate on it, so you could lay like whatever sticks and stuff that you had shorter. Yeah, you light a fire inside.
Can any of you explain to me how a forge like really works?
It's melting down metal.
But like,
You take the metal
we
and
passed a room earlier with
That's
the
it.
rest of the smithy. Is there anything up there that we need to turn on or activate to get this?
well, that's
going?
the smithing area is where they're going to be taking like the crude shapes of the things and hitting them, making them into like the swords or weapons that they'd be doing. Down here is where they're going to be making the metal that is
Start
being
the
used.
forge back up.
We start the forge back up. We can then possibly make.
Is there anything around the room
I don't understand anything
Mhm.
what you people just said.
next to the forge?
Next to the forge, you do find like a couple books scattered around, a couple pieces of parchment, a few closed boxes, just like probably like trinkets where they kept tools and things like that. If you want to look around there, you could.
Do any of the books
Like
look like it's
artisan
on the
style
forge?
of using
Um,
metals,
I speak Dwarvish.
getting
You
them
speak
down
Dwarvish?
to the point where they
You could
are liquid.
probably.
Letting them sit.
you could
in
do,
a mold, a shaping tool that makes it the shape of a weapon. And then they let it cool in.
You could do an investigation check with advantage.
Yes.
If you speak Dwarvish, and it'll probably take about 10 minutes to look through all the different pages and try to like discern what's going on.
You gotta heat it up.
Where did
Once it
those
gets hot
orbs
enough,
come
it'll
from? Is there
eventually
somewhere else to
be
go?
There's 14.
14? Actually, that's good. What was
Is there somewhere those like orbs? He
It's an
called his
ancient
friends
technology.
the
Yeah.
taser. Where did those come from? Is there somewhere else to go? Is there another room? Is there
Things
a
that
hall?
are-
What you saw, they left out the two double doors that you had, and it looks like they went left.
Where did they come from?
They were just in this room.
We can find a
He
power
called his
cell.
friends over from somewhere and it took them a whole minute.
Oh no, it didn't take them a minute. Like when he called them over the first one, like, hey guys, they were just one was on the other side of the door and came over from the benches, and the other one was right behind him and came
So
over.
we're in the enclosed room.
Yes, the only exit or entrance is the two double doors behind you.
So they went out those doors?
Yeah, they went out those doors and to the
Arcane
left.
lock.
Yes, now there's an arcane lock and it's closed.
Well, everybody, we need to
Search
figure
the,
out. a way
search
to
the books.
Yeah.
You do find what looks like some instructions, but even though they're dwarven, it's a lot of magical talk and different magic arcane
Well, Zach
equations. You don't really
also-
understand.
Zach also speaks Dwarvish.
Sure.
I give him the book
You
then.
give him the book. You want to take a look at the book? All right.
Nerd.
Make a investigation check with advantage. With this type of setup, you read over the instructions and you're like, oh yeah, that could work, and you're like, okay, you got a kind of an idea of how this might work. So, you know that first you have to put the keys inside, and each key corresponds to its color. You have to activate it, and then you have to cast your magical essence through the slots, and then that will start up the forge, you think. So maybe if you try that, it might work.
Wait, well,
We have three
I'm
magical
standing
beings here.
right next to him. Does he look visibly confused? Or puzzled or stumped or whatever?
He looks like he's trying to mold stuff over. Yeah.
Not Themio, I'm Themio. Lazarus,
Oh, you're in
you're looking a little befuddled. I can't read that, but it seems that you either can or you have a headache. Why don't you read that to me, and perhaps we can collaborate.
I'm gonna read it to him.
Okay.
I would like to roll Arcana.
Go ahead. Good man. Good man. Good man.
Can I listen in and also roll Arcana?
You can roll a separate Arcana,
Yeah.
or you can help him and have him roll advantage.
I'll do that.
All right, so you can
He's
roll
holding
advantage.
us to roll with advantage.
Oh, well.
He's gonna read over your shoulder.
Shit. 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak to Fleek. From what I'm gathering from this book,
Mm-hmm.
we have to take the keys, put them in with their corresponding colors, and somehow put magic through it. And that would help activate the forge.
What colors are the keys?
Sapphire, jade, and black.
An iron.
I've got one idea.
What if one of us does fire, one of us does necrotic, one of us does both?
Wait, what color is fire?
Red.
Red?
We have sapphire.
Jade doesn't have to be green. It can be red. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
What are you guys gonna do?
So
I'll pass some
I
ice.
take the key.
No.
I take the key, the red key that I took out back from
Yep.
Fleek, and I'm gonna put it back.
Well, you would be better
Okay.
doing chill and touchless necrotic
You
damage.
put it back in the slot.
I can do ice. Who can do fire?
Maybe or what? I can do fire.
You can.
Yeah.
Ice,
So-
I'll do necrotic.
necrotic, and fire.
I'm gonna go up to the blue, place my hand over it. You guys
Over
go
the
up-
blue key or over the
over
slot?
the blue. I'm gonna touch the key in the slot,
Yep.
and I'm gonna start like freezing it with frostbite.
Alrighty. You do, and as that happens,
How many spells
you
does
see
it cast,
ice start to form on the outsides
Frostbite's
of the
a
hole.
cantrip.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's taken.
And it spreads, this frost spreads over the crystalline structure of the forge and meets about halfway in between the
The
slot
other
on
two.
either side.
You guys pump
I
your
go up to
magic.
the red one and I start putting fire into it.
You do, and fire starts to immolate and just touches the ice that was created by Lazarus, and it creates steam and
So
starts
it's-
to structure there in the center.
From across the room, I cast Chill Touch on the black key.
Okay, and on the other side, it hits the key, and the black energy mixes with the blue, and it forms these little sparks as it does. And you have stone on one side, sparks on the other, and it starts to rumble a little bit. These slots, where you saw the grates, energy starts pouring out from it.
You both just lost that hand.
You let go of the key?
Yeah. Down.
Goes back down.
Touch the key again.
Dude.
Still.
With ice?
magic, yeah.
Alright. Raises back up.
Well.
So you all are holding a key, putting magical
I
essence
turned the
into
key.
it. You turned the key.
I turn it now.
You turn it now?
Yeah.
When you turn it, flames ignite above you.
I look over at Fleek.
They don't. There's no warmth to them
Yeah.
at all.
I turn.
This all
You turn your key.
I turn my key.
Incredibly dangerous.
Ice starts to
I'm just standing
surge
back
up.
watching like, whoa.
Yes, I have to walk over there and touch it. I don't think I can control the touch.
You reach out and you touch it with chill touch still going.
Onzuka, look for some molds of weapons.
And as you do,
Hide. Flip a table.
all the energy is sucked from outside into the tubes that were bellowing out energy. It just vacuums it up inside. You see this, almost it looks like, you know, the fucking Heimdall's thing from Guardians of Thor, the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Looks like that.
Bifrost.
Yeah, the Bifrost. And that's what it looks like. These different crystalline shapes and colors inside, and it looks like it's roaring, and it looks like it's almost going up but down at the same time, and expanding and contracting all at once.
I'm not familiar with metal workings. What are we supposed to do now?
Looking out this
I told
runs bright
I
energy.
yelled to Anzuka to go find some like weapon holds.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go, if I can scavenge or try to find some.
I have a spare non-magical dagger. Apparently this works by throwing metal in. Dagger's made of metal. Throw the dagger into the floor.
You just throw it in?
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Throw it in, and it goes cling, 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 and hits off some of the firewood that she had inside of there, which is, well, actually, no, that would go up in flames, could be completely gone, but the dagger does go in and it lands. Doesn't look like anything happened, but it lands inside.
I'm gonna back up, look at this. What do you mean melt metal? See, I told you it
Didn't melt
doesn't
it.
work.
This may not be a type of heat.
Do you still have your hand on the key?
You
Yeah.
said
You guys all do?
Uh,
Okay.
You said that forges
I'll let
melt
you
metal,
confirm.
but you turned it
They
to
are
weapons.
turned. Did you like
Well,
that?
there's still
Let
metal
go.
in there.
It's still up.
And it's not melting.
I
Clearly you don't
like
understand
how
what
it's
you're
still
talking
up.
about.
This is a different type of force, Thamio.
Well, you should have said that to
Yeah,
begin with.
it's starting to die, so
That's
since there's like no music on right now.
Thamio, help
Not gonna
Anzuka
plug
try
it.
to find
Yeah.
weapon molds. He knows what a weapon mold is, so he'll be able to tell you.
We're looking for big pieces of metal.
No,
that are-
it's a mold.
Make a perception
Oh,
check.
Oh, yeah.
Perception.
Or investigation.
You're
Investigation.
telling him to look
Do you
like
have
he
my
doesn't know what it
character
is.
sheet?
I don't even know if
I
you
can
know what
look-
it
I can
is.
look it up. Yeah,
My phone is dead.
Fucking was.
And I'm only gonna be here.
I'm walking
for another couple
away.
of minutes.
Okay.
Grumbling and
also roll an
mumbling.
investigation.
Hands up in exasperation.
Mike,
Yep.
while they're rolling and stuff, can I just take a great axe that I have in my bag and just kind of hold it kind of in the forge?
You want to hold it in the forge?
Yeah, not stick my hand in it.
Yeah, it doesn't melt or anything. It doesn't get hot, but you can feel like the force and the vibration of it being turned around as you enter this energy that the forge is creating. Is it? It's a non-magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing happens.
So wait, what was I adding to this?
Sorry, you were making an investigation. Yeah, +2.
+2, so it'd be 15.
15.
Yep, I'm looking for
You
molds.
don't find any molds. No molds. No molds.
I say we kill the spectator and sell the guy, the fourth guy the keys. Sell the keys back to the town, be done with this place.
If you remember correctly, Sildar said that he would split the profit with you of anything you guys found in the mine, 10% with you guys.
10%?
Yep.
That's pretty fucking low, ain't it?
You don't talk to
Worse
said
than a
10%.
phase contract.
Going to take a leap here.
Okay.
I'm going to step into the beams of energy.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of him.
It's a 3-foot opening.
Oh, it's a 3-foot opening.
You could step into it if you wanted to.
I smack the shit out of him,
Okay.
and I block the forge.
Okay. She's in front of the forge. Not letting you get in.
I want to see what it's going to do. It didn't do anything to the weapon, so I assume it's
I
not
turn one of the
hot.
keys to take it out.
You attempt to go to turn one of the keys. Which key?
The red one that I did.
Doesn't move.
Nice.
Doesn't budge.
Go back and take it out of the forge.
Okay.
I attempt to stick just my hand in the forge.
Which
Can we
hand do you stick in the
investigate
forge?
again? Now that we got-
Wait, but the forge isn't active anymore.
It is active.
It's still active?
It's still
Yeah.
glowing.
She
This
couldn't take-
bright prismatic energy is going back and forth and expanding and contracting before you. It's actually making this low little sound. It's almost rhythmic. You stick your hand in.
Just my hand.
You start to try to push your hand in. As you start to get your first finger in there, it feels immense pain. Do you go deeper?
No.
Okay, you pull back out.
Dick!
You take 6 points
Alright.
Oh,
That's
shit.
of radiant damage.
Let me use my,
As the very tip of your finger touched it.
my amulet thing
Okay, you're ready?
and take 3. So I'll only take 2.
All right. What's anybody else trying?
Can I make like a investigation check on this now that it's running? Like to see.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll it. Yeah. Do another investigation check.
12 plus investigation is 2, so 14.
14. You see in front of where Lazarus was standing before, it looks like there's like this hexagonal shape on the ground in front of like where he was standing,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like it's just like this little outline there.
Did any of the books that you went through, what is her name? Cleek?
Yes.
Cleek, did any of the books you went through sound like they would help with what to do after the forge is on?
I would have read that from the book.
You were reading on a certain passage that she had showed you.
Okay.
So if you wanted to read more of the
So
book,
did we
you could
finish the
read
book?
some more of the book, or make another Arcana check.
I'll do it.
Okay. Roll with advantage, because you're proficient in Arcana.
24.
That's what I was waiting on, but all right. So with 24, you actually find that through reading the passages of the book again, looking over the way the forge is constructed, and now things start to click in. You need to stand on the hexagon plate to activate the forge itself. Then you need to cast a spell that you would like to infuse into whatever weapon or piece of armor that you put inside the forge.
Okay.
Once you've done that, then it will infuse that energy into it, gaining any type of magical essence from the spell that you put in.
I'm gonna place my.
Oh, I just got a best idea.
I'm gonna place my scimitar in the
With,
forge.
one moment.
Okay.
With that, you also find that this forge runs more like a gargantuan scroll spell than a forge, really.
Right.
And it seems like the combination of magical energy that you put in,
And the energy that's already there.
yeah, will make certain magical items from it. And there's also, you can use it as a wish spell as well.
Wait.
But there's detriments that it goes on to talk about. They didn't actually, you read the book and you find that they never tried it because of what could happen. But it
So
could be used.
I could-
There's enough
I
magical
could
essence.
just put a spell into it and it could pop out a magical weapon.
You could cast wish from this forge and something could happen. The capability of magical essence is there.
Let's not-
So I could just use it without doing the wish.
You could use it without doing the wish
And just put a weapon in it.
and put a weapon in
Yeah,
and create things,
wish
or
is
you can
kind of
use it
big
for
things,
wish.
anything
From your
that-
Arcana check,
Does
that's what
the
you find out.
regular, like, just putting a weapon and casting a spell, does that have detriments to it, or does the wish have a
I want to be the
detriment?
smartest person on the earth. Everyone. on the earth
You
does.
found that when an arcanist or someone with magical essence tried to use the forge, if they had failed and they weren't strong enough, there was a reaction to that. And
So he's not sharing any information.
not yet. He hasn't shared any yet. No.
Okay.
I'm going to explain to them what I've just read, how the
Alright.
forge seems to react off you putting magic into it as well as an item you wish to combine with that magic. Or we could just use the energy at a cost. And it would grant us something, like a wish.
Really?
Yes.
And what, pray tell, would be the limitations of this?
I have a feeling if you are not a strong enough, well, you don't have a powerful enough arcana, you may not be able to.
I pull out one of my regular quarterstaffs. I throw it in the forge.
It's in the forge with the dagger.
Tackle.
Yeah.
As soon as I see her throw that.
Okay. Roll athletics against you. No, you're rolling athletics.
How do you go about that?
No, strength to grapple, acrobatics to get out of it.
You got a
I
bonus.
thought it was
too.
athletics to athletics.
Is it athletics to athletics for a grapple check?
Yeah,
Strength
change
saving.
to athletics.
Athletics to grapple check or strength and
Plus-
acrobatics to
yeah,
get out of it?
7 plus 3.
I thought it was strength acrobatics, but we'll
And
find out.
add to your roll.
Wait, so I'm
We'll
rolling
look up
strength or
grapple.
athletic?
We're gonna find out.
But also to activate this, you have to.
I thought it would be
stand
strength.
on that hexagonal plate.
That's
Yes.
why I tackled it.
Were you standing on the plate at the time? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah.
But I also have magic to cast into the forge.
Which is why I tackled it. I don't want you to do that. We are talking.
It is athletics.
It is athletics checks. Okay, so roll your athletics against each other. Whoever has that.
Or the target can also resist with acrobatics.
Okay, so your choice. Athletics or acrobatics. You're rolling athletics to try and grapple them, for sure.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna make it. No, not at all. She's too slippery.
Natural 19, it was a 25 total.
Oh, okay, so you go to try to attack her, and she just slips out.
No, I just push him off.
Oh, just you stand in front. What are you doing next? You threw your quarterstaff in. Your dagger's in there.
I'm gonna do something.
I cast Burning Hands into the forge.
You cast Burning Hands in the forge, and with that, you see fire start to emit from the 2 slots at the bottom and the 3-foot opening in front of you. I need you to roll a D10, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
I rolled a 7 on the D10.
Thank you.
My Constitution save. Okay. It's a 19.
A 19?
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So, as you stand on and you cast the spell inside the forge, you see the hexagon glow around you. It goes green, red, black. It goes around in spirals until it glows around you. And as you do, the forge fades. You feel like this force, and then it stops. And it starts to bellow down a little bit.
Can I stick my hand in now?
You do, and you meet the force, and it slips right in. What do
I
you
grab the weapons.
Both of them?
I stick both of them.
All right, you grab the dagger, you grab the quarterstaff, they're both out.
Yeah.
So
Are they
Can
cooler
I
now?
inspect them?
Sure. They seem to be, they're a little warm to the touch right now, but you take the 10 minutes to sit with them, sure.
Yeah, I go sit in the corner.
Alrighty, you can
Alright.
sit in the corner for a little bit.
I'm
tell you
talking
when
to
we're
him about the whole wish thing.
Sure.
So, what does he know about making that go?
I don't know what he knows about that making that go.
I thought he read the thing.
Oh, yeah. To initiate it?
Yeah.
With the check from before the 24, yeah, you'd know how to initiate that. It's standing on the hexagon and putting both hands inside of the forge while you're taking the damage along with your head, and then you cast the wish spell.
Oh,
Your
he would
hands,
be able
then
to
your
cast
head.
the wish spell.
And then
Well,
you
fuck that.
No. Then you say what your wish is. You're casting the spell through the forge using your hands and your face. Everything is engulfed inside of this,
And you would
and you're
take-
taking the damage
Yeah.
and casting
Is
the
it
spell.
like per second damage? Or is it just like one
Just
time?
that instant, like I would take
it'd be like
the
18.
damage.
Just touching it did 6 damage
Yeah,
So if you put it in my face, it would probably
in both your hands.
18 to 50-ish area.
try it as a bear.
Let's not.
Rude.
But I can inspect in the corner.
Famior is
In the corner,
so tempted.
you get an eternal quarterstaff. It's a +2 quarterstaff, and it will burn targets on a Constitution saving throw of 15, and it does 2d8 fire damage.
I am going to
The
take
dagger does 1d8 saving throw.
my scimitar,
Yeah.
kind of just like
Toss
slowly
it.
toss it into the forge.
Okay, as you toss it in, it starts to glow a little brighter.
I'm going to stand on the hexagon,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Ice Knife into the forge.
Okay.
Wait, what's your character's name again?
You cast Ice Knife into it, and with that, this
Excuse me,
ice
you.
shards start to sparkle up with this
What can I
frost,
do now?
and then it starts to dissipate again.
Chill touch, frostbite, ray of
Doesn't do
frost,
anything.
and true
I
strength.
don't have to make a check.
Oh yeah, make the roll a d10 and make a Constitution saving throw.
I got a 5 on the D10.
Okay.
I got a 14 on the Constitution saving throw.
14. You're going to take 17 points of radiant damage. As the energy flows through you, you can feel the force as you threw the blade inside, focusing your ice knife into it. And then it fades. You feel a little bit more comfortable, but you see before it just started to slow down just like it did when you clicked.
I go, after wincing from the pain, take the scimitar
You
out,
reach in
and I'm
perfectly
going
fine.
to step away from the forge.
You step away
and
from
I'm
the
gonna hold it.
Alright. You take your 10 minutes to get used to it and
I'm
attuned
gonna
to
drink
it.
this potion of healing.
Go for it. Anybody else like to do anything? You're in a forge and people are throwing shit in.
My amulet of healing to heal Zach real quick.
Okay, go for it.
For 3 points.
3 points?
Yes, 7.
Can I throw both of my sides in there?
Just a second.
Oh,
Yep. Yes, you can.
I can. All right, then I will do that.
Okay.
I
You
can't
throw-
cast a spell though.
You throw both sides in the forge.
Damn it!
So
Can
we-
somebody cast a spell for me?
What do you want? What kind of item are you looking for here? What kind of element spell? That's it.
It would have to either.
Oh, enough of this.
Maybe
I'll
not.
fire Eldritch Blast into the forge.
Yeah.
Stand on the hexagon.
What?
Oh, you just made some fun shit happen. Eldritch Blast goes in this black energy with purple radiant energy coming off the sides of it, zips into the forge, and you see the forge for a moment. It's still prismatically moving, and then it just stops. And
I
then the
think I
prismatic rainbow comes back for a moment and flickers with black energy every so often, and it starts to build and build, and you see purple energy start to flow off of it, and it starts to build and build.
Holy shit.
He summons that boy.
What kind of magic is that?
And then it fades.
It's I believe it's force magic. How do I know these things?
It
I'm
fades.
gonna mage hand the
Fades down?
scimitar and
Well,
bring it on
you have
out.
to make your
You-
saving.
He has to make his saving.
Oh yeah, he was standing on it.
Make-
Such
make-
to be you.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Can you check
And
my constitution?
yes, I can.
My bonus.
Yeah, I'll check that way. Constitution +3, and I need you to roll the D10 and a Constitution saving throw.
14 plus 3.
17 on this
17.
saving throw.
Perfect.
And then the D10
Yeah.
is a 3.
And I need to actually get the written stats down for this.
Yes.
Because I'm probably gonna have to make it.
Yes, you'll have to make it. It's homebrew stuff. Cat, let me send you that you got.
What is it?
Or you can just,
That's the full ability. It's not freezing, and it's a +2. It's fire.
Would I
Same status.
attuned to this scimitar?
You would. The scimitar. If I can find where that was. There we go. So this is going to do 3d6 cold damage against giants specifically.
Giants?
Yes.
Oh my god.
wait, what? I thought you said it was a +2 forward attack and I did 2d8.
Yes, for yours. It does the 2d8. Yeah, I'm just adding that on, but it has those abilities as well.
Wait, can you add the rest of them on? So I just.
Oops,
write
sorry.
it down.
Yeah, that's my fault. 2d8. Fire. And yeah, it can still stun up to 3 creatures with the DC saving throw per long rest. Has the engravings of the sun and the moon on it, but it does the fire damage of 2d8 with the Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna try and see if I do it on the Beyond for PC, I can make it like come off better.
I think you can.
So what happened with the thing?
Would you roll for your Constitution saving throw?
14 plus 3 would be 17, and then I rolled a 3 on the D10.
All right, so you feel this energy start to well up in front of you, and you muster to keep it down.
Okay.
The black energy that was coming from this prismatic energy at the time and this purple energy dissipates down to nothing and goes back to the regular rainbow form. Your two cards are inside.
Okay. I'll reach in to grab them. Both of them.
Okay. No damage.
No damage.
Yeah, you pull them out.
Yep.
The moment you pull them out, forge goes dormant.
All right, Thamur is now sulking mess, slamming on against the forge, and crying a little bit.
You fools! You wasted it.
It had only so many charges per day.
Can
And if you
know
do
it's
another
okay?
check to see, you can see. Yeah.
Do an
It's
arcana
per-
check.
Desperate Arcana check.
I'm trying to give you guys little bits of information, but not trying to give it all out at once.
Alright.
Can I pull out like a scroll?
Yes. Can just scroll, scroll.
Can I start writing down the important information out of it?
Yes. I got it all right here, so
And
you can
the
write it down.
things? Yeah, like I'm literally just gonna start writing.
Got an Arcana check of 13.
13 and anybody else? 10?
I'll try it.
Yeah.
19.
19. You guys skimming through it, trying to look at it, observing it, and you kind of just come over while they're kind of fumbling around, and you're like, guys, it's just going to recharge for a certain amount of days. And if you look over to the side, you can see that it has a red light, green light, and a black light. And they're all filled up. So that's an indication it'll take 3 days. Each time it's used for a weapon or a piece of armor, it takes 3 days to recharge.
I start collecting the keys and putting them back in the bag holder.
You want to take them out?
I want to stop her.
Okay. Same thing from before.
Listen to me. I've never asked for anything in my, well, I have actually asked for credit in my power, but nothing that I've ever wanted more than this. I would really, 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 really appreciate it if you let me use the forge one time.
Well, it looks like the forge is going to be used for a while.
I'm willing to wait.
We'll come to that after you think about it when the forge is ready to be used again. I put the keys in the bag.
No.
I put the keys in the bag.
Grab Cleek, not grappling, but I really, really, really need to do this.
I put the keys in the bag.
Alright.
Can you stop her from putting the keys in the bag?
I can't really stop her, but I can cling on to her.
You can desperately cling on to her as long as you'd like.
Please, though.
Let me see.
Fucking.
I will allow one of you who is proficient with Arcana at the table to make one last Arcana check with advantage to see the rest of any other information that you can gain from the books in the area, from examining the forge itself. So you can garner any more information at this time.
I got a 17 to cling on to Cleek.
Okay, you cling on, unless you can bat your way with the upward advantage.
Well, I guess he's clinging.
God.
27. 27, okay.
Tell us everything.
I'm about to tell you a lot that I'll give you the information for. So, yes, you guys know how to prime the forge. You know how to put weapons into the forge to make it happen. You know how to do the wish spell. So, with that, it does recharge after 3 days when you're using it for a weapon or a piece of armor. If you use it for a wish spell, the book doesn't exactly explain what will happen, but it's super detrimental if you were to fail that check. It's a high DC. So if you're going to use a wish, make sure you're buffed up for it, make sure that you know what you're getting into.
Wishes.
Well, while he's clinging to me, I'm putting the keys in the bag.
Okay. And you need to make a 15 DC Arcana check to use the forge and actually have the weapon work properly for you. After a certain amount of wishes, bad things may happen. That much power being drawn from one specific location might not be a good thing.
Is it the astral plane? No.
So, yeah.
It is.
That's about as much, no, that's about as much as you guys can get from that. There are a few other caveats in here that the roll didn't make it high enough for, but that's just like what those detriments would be.
I start putting all the books in the bag holder.
Okay, take all the books.
Pull up my bedroll and go to sleep. I have an arcane lock on the door. I'm not worried.
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do.
I
Your fault.
didn't get a turn.
You start taking on the bedroll.
I pull out my bedroll and go to sleep.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm clinging to Cleek.
I'm gonna go and attune to my sides.
Okay.
I
You
start-
rolled a 3.
Yep.
Cleek. You should let Thamior try what he's trying to do. He has this magical gift that he needs to explore more into.
It didn't happen today, Chief.
You can wait for 3 days.
So this is
Have an
very
arcane
different
lock.
because it's not the specific.
Give him and I a chance.
Or-
So
Leave us with the
I
keys.
can't write any notes down
Or
because my phone
we
is
can go
dead.
sell the
That's why I'm gonna
instructions
write some
and
physical
we
notes,
can
then,
get a
yeah.
contract
So-
so that we can come back and do whatever we want.
Why don't we use the forge as much as we want?
Two sides.
And do
Yep.
I like his idea.
that. I am fine. We'll hold on to the keys for 3 more days, come back one time, and then do exactly what you just said.
Use the forge and then sell the keys.
But only with a contract, so
Should
we can
we-
come back anytime and use it.
Or do we destroy the keys and prevent anybody from using it?
I think that perhaps when we're done using it for the purposes that we so seek, we destroy the part of the rules that says anything about the wish stuff.
I'm down with that too.
That way only we know that.
What are you wishing for, Thamior?
How much time do you have?
Well, it looks like we're in here for 3 days, so we might as well,
Are you guys spending 3 days in here?
3 days?
We could at least go back to town for 3 days if we want.
You guys could
and then
spend 3
come
days
Well,
in
back.
might as well just come back.
You guys can come back.
Well, you do have to remember that there was that spectator and those other two things that want to get back in here
We're likely
after
to
the
open
5-minute back, after that
as
5-minute
soon as we
break.
open the door. As soon as we open the door.
Well, let's sit down and have a short rest. Mike, we're sitting down for a short rest.
Okay. Go ahead and do your hit points for a short rest if you need them. And gain any spell slots back as well.
How do you roll that? Your
Do
So,
D&D Beyond.
so you are going to roll...
Well, D&D Beyond.
oh yeah, you had it set up on there. Yeah, I forgot you got it set up.
I'm gonna use
Okay.
2 of my.
So as you sit with both your scimitars,
So we know which one.
you take a moment and
So now
the
you
10 minutes
click
has
on
lapsed.
Your name,
Now, each scimitar will do an
or your
additional
picture, whatever it
2d6
gets the drop down,
worth
your
of
name.
necrotic damage.
Short rest, which is a little kid.
With that,
Okay.
as you sit there for a moment and
And then,
think,
this is how many hit dice you
Focus
can
on
roll
them.
for a short rest.
you hear 2 distinct voices.
Or you can roll 5
One
total,
more.
or you can roll X amount.
I rolled 2 of my hit die and now I'm at full.
Yeah, so, but you, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. You mark off what
Each
you're
other?
You.
You're talking to me. Mm-hmm. Both of you.
8 points back.
His weapons.
Who are you?
No, you get 2 per one.
This is Lash.
Like you roll a d6 for every one you're
Lash and gash.
So like I
So
I
my
select one, I get to
scimitar
roll one
only
d6,
does
I
ice
get those
damage
hit
to
points
giants?
back. Or
Yes,
right?
it'll
So
only
I
do that
select
additional
two,
ice
yeah.
damage to
So you get
giants.
8, you get
God
those
damn
back.
it.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
you,
good thing I don't want
No.
my scimitar that long
Well,
anyway.
first
I'll
you
make
just
a long
hit
sword.
and
well,
then-
no,
Like,
well,
where-
first you're gonna
where
mark
can I
off
go
that you
on?
did a long rest.
I am
So you
proficient.
get
And
first
then
two,
Neverwinter,
take short rest.
a bunch of different
Because
places,
you
bunch
need
of towns.
to mark off
So yeah,
that
this-
you
they
take
started
two,
speaking
take
to you.
short rest. You have to confirm it. It confirms that you
Wanna
took
ask
it,
him
and now you had your hit points
What do they
back.
want from me? Like,
Hold on.
Yeah, wait a second.
How long
It
is
sounds
the
like
short
they
rest?
fade away for a
Is it like
moment.
1 day?
No, short rest is like a
voices
couple
in my
hours.
head are
Or like,
terrible.
it's an hour. Just
Join the
hanging out
fucking
doing-
club. I'm
A long rest would be like if you slept fully.
Bazia?
We're just gonna keep
Yeah.
every time
Do you know who that is?
But as a
No.
high elf, I don't need to sleep.
They
I just
sound-
meditate.
familiar, but I
I don't
don't.
even
Yeah.
need to meditate. I can
He's
just do
a
that instead
My-
of sleeping.
The amulet that I've been
spiky
using
kind of
recharges
sharp dude.
basically at sunrise every day.
No.
What are you talking to?
Hmm?
Me? Oh,
He's
I'm
good
just
at talking to his
talking.
weapons, Cleek. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, you guys see Anzuka in
I've
the corner
heard
looking at
him-
both of his scimitars going, what? Bazawu? He's sharp and... What?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Do you
I don't
hear
know
this?
who he is.
Do I hear this? I hear this?
You're about 30 feet away. You hear faint voices in the corner next to Anzuka.
Oh no.
I'm gonna look over to Anzuka. Anzuka, are you over there talking to your weapons?
Who gave you the orc weed?
Yeah, I'm talking. They're talking to me.
All right. That's
Can I
fair
roll a
enough.
religion check?
Yes.
Well, now that that's happening, I'm gonna look at Clay, holder of the keys, and be like,
I rolled a 15 and a
This-
religion check.
"You've seen
You've
this?
seen the similar energy between what happens with him sometimes when he casts spells or hits something. The same energy is radiating off of his
Oh,
sides.
fuck.
I'm
Do
gonna,
you see
I'm
this-
gonna roll a
this
persuasion
that's
check to
happening
try
right
to
here?
persuade Cleek to let him have the keys again.
Sure, you can roll persuasion to see if you'll let her, and I don't know what you roll against that to see
I
if
don't
you
know,
want
my
to do it.
My passive insight is 19.
20 total.
Are you persuaded enough to let him try and do it again right here and now?
No,
And use the forge again?
no,
Oh my gosh.
my loot. I'm a crow, for crying out loud.
Our
Okay.
loot."
So, you're
Anyway.
sitting in the corner with these two weapons?
I'm going up to Cleek, and with him mumbling in the corner and her being like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna say, "See this? See how he's talking to those things that you can't hear? I can hear those things that he can't hear. And you know what it's like to know to hear things that people can't hear, and everybody thinks you're insane. It's terrible. It's the worst. And it happens
You're
to
proving
me
my point of why
all
would I
the
give a
time.
guy who's going mad
I
magical
don't.
power.
The thing I'm saying is, I don't want to be mad. I know quite well that the things I do and say are insane. I know that, and I don't want to be like that anymore. And this is my best shot.
I would
You
have.
guys are just taking this religion thing the wrong way. As an acolyte, I'm like, you guys are just
This
dumb.
is awesome. Why wouldn't you want a god that gives you things? I don't get things from my god. Fuck you guys. Tempest just is like, yeah, war. All hail Tempest. Yeah, Tempest be with you.
As someone with a god, I just feel like these guys are really dumb.
I'm a sage. I don't need a god.
I am a god, so.
I am again. Anyway.
Anzuka, now they go back and forth, and you kind of introduce yourself to them,
Oh, God.
and
And them to me?
yeah, them to you.
Okay.
And
Since
they
I'm
talk for a
curious.
moment. They say, I guess we're here to help for a while. I don't know why, but I guess we'll find out.
All right. Well, one of you seems like a pretty powerful entity. The other seems almost as powerful.
Thanks, I appreciate your kind words.
Yeah.
We're gonna do great together.
All right. I hope so.
I point at him. He seems to be taking this better than you.
Guys, the voices in my head are friendly.
You should give those weapons to the guy with voices in his head.
You hear them talking to him too.
I know.
Wait, doesn't that enforce his sanity by knowing someone else can talk to them?
Does it enforce your sanity? I don't know. You haven't talked to Anzuka about
The
any of
only
this. He
thing-
could just be making fun of you. He could not hear them at all.
Well, at the same time, too, if he could hear what they're saying, it
Yeah.
resembles things that he knows, so he couldn't physically be making.
But you did hear the name Bazarad spoken by Flash.
Does Bazarag even mean anything to me?
This does. He did introduce himself to you. Bazurag, the Black Razor.
Oh, fuck me!
Bazurag, the Black Razor. Let me see. The Lord of Mind Smelters.
Yes.
The Soul Smith.
I'm on his team.
Alright, once I hear
Easy.
once I hear this and that,
Then all those names come back to you flooding. You're like, oh, Mind Smelter, Soul Smith.
I'm gonna go over to your boy Skinny Penis over here, and I'm gonna kneel down next to him and it's like, I can hear the voices coming out of those blades.
You can hear us? You can hear us.
No, I can hear the voices coming out of those blades.
They're talking to you.
They're talking to you.
We're talking to you.
They're talking. Quiet. Anyway,
Alright.
I think those blades might be incredibly defective, and I think we should really do away with them, if you wouldn't mind.
No, they said we're gonna do great things.
Do you realize
We're kind of a help, you know, it's kind
the
of
great
cool.
thing that they want you to do is to kill as many people as physically possible? No, not yes.
Kill,
Not
what's
yes.
killing?
You know we have more towards evil alignments, all of us, right?
Yes.
Realizing this and
Yes.
trying to turn the
But
party.
they was not a bad
I just
man.
watched your face click into, oh.
We're supposed to eat souls. Yeah, that's our whole thing.
They have a
Yeah,
hunger.
but I'm also lawful evil.
Yeah,
Thirst
go
that
hang out with the
can't be
pit fiends.
quenched.
Go hang out with the pit fiends.
Really? And what happens when you become part of that thirst?
Oh, we
It would
wouldn't
engulf
eat
me
you.
entirely.
It will indeed. Do you want to die?
I'm just
Do
gonna
you want to kill
I'm
anybody
gonna
else
hold
in
up-
this room?
I'm gonna hold up on one finger and I'm gonna say, Justin,
Do you know what they're going to try to make you
on
do?
your head, I would not crimson right those.
Do not crimson red.
No.
Why not?
Why do you want to? You cut yourself with them.
You don't want them.
That's a bad idea.
You're
Do you
probably
see?
right.
Do you see what I'm saying? These will only do more harm than good. We should get rid of them.
Let's sell them.
immediately. No.
I don't know.
They're
Get
magical
rid
weapons.
of
Let's
them
sell them.
immediately.
I want to play with them.
They're both crying now.
I
One's
won't
like-
let them go. No, I'm
What?
not letting him go.
What if we got you
Don't listen to
other
him.
weapons? Better weapons.
I don't know. These guys seem pretty friendly. They seem we may be on the same page here. Maybe I'll just give them a test ride and then maybe
I'm going to tell you
we'll
right
think
now.
about it.
You do not want. what
I haven't
they're
even
selling.
tried them yet.
I understand.
I just
you
heard them.
do listen to me. As somebody who knows what you're getting into, you do not want what they are selling. Because the only thing that I want out of all of this is to get out of what they've already sold me. And believe me, I wasn't given a choice.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck with us. Yeah, just a little bit.
Exactly.
But they're good.
They're not good. They're very bad.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
You're gonna
Good.
trust
Real
two-
good.
You're gonna trust two pieces of inanimate metal.
slashy, gashy, lashy,
You trust two pieces of inanimate metal over everyone else in this room.
No.
They are
That's not
dropping
what I'm
ultimatums.
I'm choosing to keep these rather than throw them away.
Should sell 'em.
Okay, let's not say throw them away. Destroy them, all right? Let's not mince words. Blow them up. Get rid of them.
I just want.
Do the stupid thing that he
How
says,
hard
turning
Name
metal
you.
into
Name you.
liquid.
Name you. Why don't we just go see a cleric and get them to remove your curse?
I don't believe that would work.
Why not?
I don't. Because,
Now your touch-off curse is affecting one creature or object.
well, because technically speaking, it's not a curse. It's really much more of a contract.
You can certainly try to find a cleric and see what could happen, but you never know.
It's really much more of a contract.
Have you ever just tried devoting yourself to a higher power? You know, one that doesn't give you.
I would much rather be that high power if it's really all the same to you. Like, Lazarus over there?
I'm essentially
I-
deaf.
I like what he's all about. Well, sort of, except for the whole dying thing. Other than that, I like what he's all about. Do you see the way that he turns into a bear? All the druids I
Why
lived
don't
with
you-
always told me, you've got great potential, and they've all tried to teach me. And you want to know something? I am terrible at being a druid. I am the worst at it.
I
And
can
why don't
tell.
you try reading his book?
Listen, I've read. Well, I've been trying to.
Do you want to read his book?
Fuck it! I'll try to read this stupid book if it'll, you know.
It'll take a long rest to read the book.
Yeah.
Whatever, we got 3 days.
True.
If no one objects, you take the time to sit down with the book that Lazarus has given you to read. And it's a journal that depicts druids of different states in life. Where most druids that you know of celebrate life and embrace it as its own separate thing and love Mother Nature. These druids that you read in the journal, they still love that nature, that life, but their focus is more on the death and decay that happens after life. And they wanted to see ghosts and apparitions, different undead beings, and learn more about them. And through that, they learned that they could transform into those beings. At this time, now your long rest has kind of taken in. You sit there for a moment meditating, reading the passages in the books, and then some kind of flash happens. Some flash in your mind, and you hear a faint voice that says,
No, this.
another one, yeah.
Nice.
We're taking a long rest.
Yes, you're taking a long rest right now.
If Cleek is over there sleeping, I'm just gonna glare at her for a moment, like, God
I'm not sleeping.
damn it. What is the purpose of life? Can you just go away? Honestly, I've had enough of the voices talking in my ear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Close book.
Click, you gain no advantages or anything from reading the book.
Good.
Fuck is useless.
And you didn't take your long rest, so
That's
you'll have
fine.
a point of exhaustion, which will mean
Whatever.
disadvantage. Unless you want to actually listen to the voice, we can recommend
No.
that. You're done with voices?
No.
I'm sorry, it's
We're
a
going
voice.
towards the long rest. Can I set up my bedroll next to Altaris?
Yes, okay.
And I want to start speaking by the day. What do you take on my wish? Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, I just want to magical items and let's do as many shit as we can and then get rid of
I wish
it.
it would be a bad thing if you just murder someone.
We could get someone to make a wish for us, but I don't know. I just want better weapons and armor.
I feel like a wish is a pretty drastic thing to do. It's for a spooky ghost.
Yeah, at least, at the very least, we should be strong. But definitely down to just sell these. Okay. And destroy that part of the book about the wishes.
Can I make an insight check?
To
To
see
see
if
if
it-
he doesn't want Famior to use the wish spell.
Yeah, you can roll for that.
You
My
only
passive
met.
insight is
20
19.
minutes.
Well, that's not a great roll.
Are you lying, or do you
So
think?
I have to decide if that's enough or not?
No, I mean, were you lying to her or not?
I wasn't.
You're honest in saying you want to get rid of the wish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you think Fabian will die?
Okay, that's what he does. I just don't believe it.
Me neither.
I do want to keep reviewing weapons of power. At the very least, I want the child I want.
And this is while Fabian is reading the book.
Yeah, you see Mark
In
McCoy
depth.
reading the book. Reading
Yeah,
it.
none
That's
of
all
us-
he's
none
focused
of
on
us
right
can
now.
hear any of that.
I'll give you the opportunity,
But
if you
I am
want to pick up the book again, ever. It'll always be there for you. You have the book.
I give
It
you
is a
the
book.
Thamor has exactly
Thamor is
zero
not-
patience.
Reading the book, you did find this knowledge out, though. You did find out that there were 4 different sects of this Drakidic nature that this journal talks about. There's one that he calls the Circle of the Beyond, which is
Did you
tainted in
know that?
madness.
No,
Are you lying to me?
no.
That transcends nature and the world that embraces or not of this natural world into the far realm. So it allows you to go a little bit deeper into the souls of nature itself. The circle of death. This teaches you the real meaning of life. Is its end. For there would be no life without death. Another one talks about the circle of decay, which revels in the inevitable decay and new life that sprouts from that decay. And then there's the circle of the netherworld, born from an excessive interest in the fate of those souls and where they go. This drives many druids to linger with friends in order to gain their secrets upon passing.
Well, Thamor has exactly 0.00 patience for voices talking in his head, because last
If you want to
time
open up the book again, you could.
he doesn't want to open the book again. He doesn't want to enter into any
But
more
does it pique his
contracts.
interest in talking to Lazarus about it?
No!
I like talking to the voices.
You got something to get it. Thamor wants out of the contract. He wants out.
Okay, can I roll a religion check to kind of ascertain his relationship with this kind of guy from like hearing what Fabian says?
I mean, you pretty much know it. He's not very happy. He
Yeah, but I want to know what kind of like deal this is. Like what kind of his binding is this?
Oh no, if only there was some way you could figure that out by fucking talking to him.
It's the only way you're going to find it out. There's no roll to see what kind of
Do I know the
entity.
name? Do I know the name?
You could roll a history check or a religion check to see whichever's higher for you, to see if you know of the names Bazarag.
Wait, where would she have heard those names though?
She may have heard
I'm
it in
an
passing
acolyte.
depending on her role.
I'm an acolyte. I know
Yeah,
religious
she would
things.
know different religious sects. We could, depending on her role and how
I
much of her
rolled
background knowledge.
A 19 on religion.
So you definitely heard of people, and while it's rare, that do talk to
Mind you,
sentient weapons.
I'm proficient in like otherworldly patrons.
So
So not like normal human patrons. Only
you would have heard tale of a long time ago of people that did worship weapons as gods. You're not sure of this name, Bazarog or Black Razor. but
my deity is from
Yep.
the Forgotten Realms.
yes, everything that we're doing is from the Forgotten Realms right
Yes.
now. Yeah. So yeah, you would have heard the Black Razor, but Bazarog is different. But you would have heard of the Black Razor. You may be like, oh, Bazarog is the Black Razor, more than likely, but yeah, upon talking to Thamor and him explaining who this person is, yeah, you know.
So it's a contract with religious faith.
Basically. Yeah. Whether it was forced upon him or he agreed to it himself, you're not sure.
Define
it is-
agreed to. A complete want of understanding. Sign this contract. Okay.
I mean, in my mind, he could just devote himself to a different god.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Why?
Because that's not how otherworldly patrons work. Otherworldly patrons aren't typically gods, they're just entities. When you sign a contract, you don't unsign the contract. The contract is signed. You can't be like, nah, I don't want the contract anymore. It's too late. Your name is on the dotted line. You're here till death, boyo.
So it's like
You would assume that with the contract with these otherworldly patrons, these deities, that people warlocks sign with. Generally speaking, you do know this. It's pretty binding. Their soul is now latched onto that person. It would take a strong amount of magic to break that.
I've got two. I've got two of them.
I find this neat.
I find this neat.
I'm stoked. I'm ready to take these.
Fabior is
pups
not
around.
stoked. He's unstoked.
Test drive.
Considering I have a god that's like beat the shit out of other people.
Which you haven't taken the time to really talk to in a while, or just like pray to either. So
Well, I've been doing it.
yeah, you've been doing some other things, fighting monsters, killing shit, getting some money, being selfish to your
Well, I
god.
guess with my
Hell bread.
with this
beef,
talk religion, I
cheese,
guess I just
and
said. Well,
bread.
no, I've been going the Greyhawk. No, the lady, the statue. I took out my.
Oh, you
prayer
did
wheel.
meditate there. Yeah, you did. Yeah, okay.
So I guess I take out my
I didn't.
prayer wheel.
Yeah, well, I should have gone over
Yeah.
something with you on that. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, I guess now I'll take my prayer wheel and I'll just start chilling.
While you're taking your long rest, or
Yeah.
towards the end of it, sure. Yeah. During that time, you get towards the end of your prayer, and you take your moment and you're meditating. You see visions of war, and it brings you a smile to your face as you see the images of fallen warriors getting speared, as you so like.
I just
And it
think
brings
it's
you
strongest is my
quite
my
joy, and
character's
you feel
voice.
this warmth inside of you as you sit there and pray. Towards the end of it,
God, that smells.
you hear a faint knock on the door. The double doors. Hey guys! Back from my break.
That was a long break.
Did you say that out loud?
No,
Okay. Guys!
You're early.
I think we should call it. So,
Yeah. That's where I was going to leave it at.
Yeah.
We're taking a long rest there now.
Well, you guys already took your long rest. This is at the end of the long rest.
So
You hear the knock on the door.
That would be like a day later, right?
Oh,
Like
long
8
rest,
hours.
yeah. Usually I count it like a night's sleep, like 10 hours,
So we
yeah.
essentially, from leaving the inn till now, we've spent about a day. Maybe a
You-
little longer.
So going to the inn, because it was about 10 o'clock when you guys left the inn, brings us to 15, so about 3 o'clock now. It would have taken you about 2 hours, plus the forge stuff, another 3 hours. Nighttime, yeah, so it's probably around morning-ish. Right now, yeah, so it's probably around 24 hours, yeah.
I'm gonna roll this just real quick, because it's at the start of the day to recharge my ammo.
Go ahead.
Hey.
It's full.
It's full again. Awesome. Anybody else need to recharge?
We just took a long rest.
Yeah, you guys are at the end of your long rest. You have disadvantage from your exhaustion on things. If you want to ask Lazarus out the book, but I think we're wrapping up.
I'm back to full charge on staff.
You didn't use any of your paralyzing shots, so I'm assuming everything's good there.
Zach smells it, so it doesn't matter.
What's happening?
Welcome back.
All right, guys, great job. You got through the forge. You figured out the forge. You got some cool magical items.
I'm ready to be ready.
You got 2 days before you can use the forge again. You got a little bit of issue with the whole wish thing that you'll have to figure out, but that'll be on you guys to sort. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time, where you guys will make your way out of the forge
This
and on
was
to your
fun.
next adventure.
This is a good session.
Yeah, this is relatively the end of this module. So from this point on, guys, whatever you guys do from here,
We're gonna
I want
teleport.
to, yeah.
Find a portal.
Well, I want to let you guys know, there are options from here, and I have different stuff set up, like, different areas. So you guys can go north, south, east, west, stay in Phandalin, do whatever you want, but it's open, so that wherever you guys go, there's something to do. If you guys have ideas about different adventures that you guys would like to go on, like different trope ideas, or just like something funny, like, oh, you guys want to
go
go...
back, once we're done with this leg of it, I kinda wanna go back to the clan thing, and I wanna start bounty hunting.
It's always a good option. You can go to
Yeah,
Neverwinter and
monster
go do some
hunting.
stuff.
Yeah.
Go find specific monsters. I'm sure
Big
there's some
boss.
fun stuff
For my
there.
character's per type, that's kinda what I wanna do.
Yep.
Cause my character's like, I wanna be swole.
If you guys want more of something or less of something, let me know.
Oh, so you're coming over to play board games?
I thought we were going to see John Wick tomorrow.
Oh, Zach
And
can't go
let
see
me
John
see.
Wick. Why though? Because he's not gonna know what, he hasn't seen any of the other John Wick, so he doesn't even know what's happening in this movie.
Who cares?
It's a movie where from start to finish, that guy is kicking someone.
Well,
don't think the
I know,
plot's
but
too-
no, the
Kicking
last
your
one
shoes.
kind of plays a gigantic
Yeah,
impact
there
on
is
the
kind of
second
a.
one.
it does kind of
Like the first one, like you can see the second one without having to need the first one. That's fine. Needing to see the third one without seeing the second one, like the entire third movie hinges upon the second movie.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of really
directly
dramatic.
related.
All right, so don't you guys have Netflix?
I didn't. Never seen the.
I
Well,
don't
then
think
force
John
him
Wick is
to
on
wa-
Netflix.
John Wick isn't on Netflix. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it's not.
It might be because the new one's on.
Maybe, but I don't. You could probably like rent it from like a Redbox or like Xbox.
YouTube
Marketplace.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
YouTube or
but,
Xbox for cheap.
I'm just saying, John Wick 2 was like a huge plot change.
Yeah.
Like the entire
Well, they-
John Wick 3 hinges upon John Wick.
Yeah, 'cause they opened up the whole like, you know, how he's a mercenary type of guy. Like the first one was
The
kind of
end of the
foggy.
Well,
second
no,
one
it's
is
like,
just like
like the end of the second one was a giant cliffhanger.
Yeah, because now, well,
But we also need to
don't spoil anything, but
we
now
also
it's
need
gonna
to
get
see
crazy.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
I need to see that too. Holy shit! And
Already seen it.
Aladdin.
I still need to see Us.
I want to see
I haven't
Aladdin.
seen
I do
Us
too.
yet.
Oh.
I heard Us wasn't really that
Us?
good. What was that with Jordan Peele's movie?
Oh yeah.
Why?
I heard it wasn't very good.
It's a like scary movie.
Like
Jordan
doppelganger
Peele,
thing.
but
What about Godzilla?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that was
I heard that was
Godzilla fighting
horrible.
shit, and I loved it.
What's the one with Godzilla and like the 7 other creatures?
Rotten
The new Godzilla
Tomatoes
movie.
scored it horribly
Yeah, that
because
hasn't come out
they're
yet.
critics and they don't like people who like that type of movie are gonna like it. Like it's just all action.
Yeah, I think it was funny that the critics
Did
were
you need any
complaining there
more
wasn't enough
specifics on the
human
weapons
drama
and
in
stuff
the
you
movie.
got while I'm
And
sitting
then-
here and not
It's
clear?
like a monster
What do you
movie.
mean?
Make that
It'd
weapon.
be like making a movie.
Which
it'd be
one?
like
The
making
fire one I
Rampage
just
into a
made?
movie,
Well,
but
I'm
it's-
trying
I did see that new Godzilla movie
It's
the
just
other day.
I can't like
And,
I can
my
make some of
problem
this stuff
was
ahead of time, but I don't know what
quite the
magical
opposite.
spell you're gonna
There
put
was
into
too
it.
much
Like,
human
the
drama.
full-on enough,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
all.
it
It
is.
needs to be.
Alright, easy. No, I just need to like check and see if I can make it like really legible.
I think you can. Like,
On the phone, no. On the computer, I'm gonna
let me
see. That
see.
I need the check.
Creations.
Go on the computer.
My homebrew creations. Let's see. Create a magic item. Magic. What is this? A weapon.
Oh, sorry, neighbor. Get out of the way.
Oh, they have lists of stuff.
Oh no. Oh no.
Scratch.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, cat.
I just
Lift the whole empire.
I just realized something.
Oh
Oh no.
What?
Wait. Hold on.
The water running.
Oh no.
I think he thought of something.
I think I did think of something.
Mhm.
I think maybe I need to talk to Black Razor.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I need to have a little bit of talk.
Yeah.
Because if Justin's okay with, if Justin wants to be, part of Black Razor's thing, maybe I can negotiate my way out of the contract. Maybe I can make a deal. Not only that, but I also thought of a way that we might be able to bring Black Razor back into the material plane.
Well, this is just getting better and better, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Is that stupid forge gonna spew spells into it? Oh no.
I wish that the Black Razor
No, I
was
wouldn't-
standing here in front of us and couldn't attack us.
I don't even think I need to go that far. I don't think I would even need to use the wish spell.
Oh, what would you do?
Well, very simple. The forge uses spells,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, super powerful magic to basically infuse permanent magic or anything. So let's say you went and you got yourself a great sword, non-magical great sword. You threw that on in there.
Yeah.
Then you cast a spell like, say, 5th level contact other plane. And if you know who you're calling up, you're now forming a link between here and there with what is basically a giant fucking magical teleporter. And you just say, yo, Black Razor, you want to come over for a minute?
Wouldn't that be so nice to, like, be able to, like, trap magical beings inside of weapons and stuff? Or, like, cast polymorph on a weapon, and now the weapon looks like a rat, but it still hits like a weapon. That's weird.
That would be crazy.
Or
Or,
that snake cane.
or, wait a second, charmed person on this rapier. Phew, sweet! broken magic.
But no, I'm thinking like if he's okay with working for Black Razor, Samuel is not okay with working for Black Razor. Could we just call Black Razor and be like, hey, tell me what?
Oh,
If we just had somebody take my place in this contract in exchange. First off, this
I'm
guy's
totally
gonna be.
down.
You'd have to ask him.
Be like, listen. First off, this guy's gonna be way more willing to give a buck with you. His charisma also not great. They'll probably listen to you.
Yep.
And thirdly, in exchange for all this, how about you just let me? How about you just allow me to use my full magical potential, or rather, just keep your mitts off mine and just let me do me. That would basically be Thamior's deal.
You want the power without the talkie.
Thamior basically, long and short of it, Thamior does is sucks ass as a druid. He's
Yeah.
no good at it. Basically, what he learned in his life is, he started by druids. All of them said, "Hey, you can do great. Here, let me teach you." Sucked ass at learning. Couldn't be taught. They said, "Fuck it. We'll just give him the grunt work to do." But his charisma is off the charts. Sadly, he wasn't born a sorcerer. But if he could say, just do a little something here, something there, and become a sorcerer, well, then I think he'd be happy for life.
Just excited to work with Hack and Slash. Whatever.
Lash and gash.
Lash and Gash. Yeah.
There's gash and lash.
Gash.
Yep.
I like him.
I think you're really gonna enjoy him.
I think I will too. Be a great little squad.
Cute little couple.
Chain them to my forearms.
You could probably get a blacksmith to put the chain on that bitch for you. Chain returning.
It's just attaching the chain to the blade. All you just hear is screaming. Just,
I didn't know swords had asses.
everybody else is just like chilling around town, like talking to the blacksmith and whatever. Just me and him, just hearing.
You hear him screaming as you're walking away from the blacksmith. He's just. God help me now! Fucking. There's a man, like a shopkeeper, like, would you quiet down over there? What is it?
I'm gonna go home because I have to go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because I can wake up.
you boys
Stay in bed. So yeah, movies tomorrow. What's going on with
I'm
that?
down for whatever. I don't have wheels, but I have money.
Shane, come over whenever you want.
Okay. Well, we'll probably do that after a few hours.
Alrighty, fellas. See you next week.
I'm also out of here.
You are also out of here? Oh, okay.
Should I leave this with you or take it with me?
It's up to you.
I'll take it for now. Leaving the dice. That's everything. Alright, cool. I'll see you guys Friday, probably Friday, at some point.
I won't be there. You'll see me on Sunday though.
Yeah.
I'll be there Sunday.
Alright. See you guys later.
See ya. Thanks for coming. You're breaking stuff. Oh. That was fun. I didn't know if you guys were gonna clear that out. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think we're good here, right? Yeah, we'll just take a break. Oh, great. Yeah, dumb spectator. Just believes people. Yeah.
What are you measuring?
I put him in the Lazy Susan. I don't really know. And I'll make Lash and Gash for Justin, so you can have them on his profile too. Does it work better on the PC?
Yeah. No, you can't do this
Oh wow, you actually found it itself. That's awesome. There wasn't a... Shane opens the journal. A voice goes in his head.
Nope. Nope. Close this book. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope.